How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Big Six. I think we've just took our longest break since the Big Six begun. It's been a couple of weeks. We was out enjoying in LA, and we have got content coming from LA, so make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on, all of that good stuff, people. We've missed you as much as I see in the comments. You've missed us. Don't worry about that. We did want to go live out in LA, but yeah, it just didn't happen, people. With the time difference and whatnot, it just didn't make sense. The energy wouldn't have been right. So yeah, hopefully you have missed us. Show us by hitting the like button. Get up to 1,000 real quick, people. Show some love as always to the individual channels in the description below. You know, being away for a couple of weeks means we've got quite a bit to catch up on, transfer wise, friendly wise, tour wise, results wise. Even just from last night, there was quite a few watch alongs going on in the Big Six community, which we will talk about. But yeah, let's move. How is everyone? I mean, I ain't seen you, man, since I left LA for Philly. Well, I seen GRIZZ actually on the GRIZZ that last day, man. Flight cancelled. We had to go North Carolina, from North Carolina back to London. It just sucked the life out of.
Bro, I panicked in the morning when I got that email in the morning. Like it was 11 a.m. Woke up, flight cancelled. Bro, I had a proper panic attack. Like big up America, big up USA, big up everything. Well, not big up USA, but big up our trip to USA. It was mad, but you guys know I was homesick by then, madly. And then I've messaged you and I said, is your flight cancelled as well? And you was like, yeah, bro.
I don't know if you was homesick. You was Big Six sick because you kept on saying you missed the guys.
Bro, no, but wait. Before you go there, it's very true. I don't like none of you lot. I've got a bone to pick with all of you lot, except Brother SAEED. Yeah, except Brother SAEED. Toby, I think, replied to one message as well. I'm not sure. People in the chat, however many there's in the chat, I missed these lot, right? The second day I got to Philly, the day they were flying out, no one responded to my messages. No one asked if I got there safe. No one asked check up on Uncle GRIZZ, man. No one checked up on me. It was young Babs. Shout out Babs, superstar. Absolute superstar icon, 200K and that. Congratulations to him as well. None of these family checked up on their family.
Fam, you're a big man.
I just didn't really miss you, to be honest, man. I just didn't really miss you.
You're a big man, bro. You're a big man. You don't need that checking up on you.
I missed you, Hughie. I'm not gonna lie. I missed you, right? I'm honest. I missed all of you lot. And I was like, lonely streets of Philly. And I thought, no one's checking up on me. I was proper homesick. I was big sick. I was everything sick. But
no one checked up on me either, but yeah, we're all men.
No.
Whose mic is moving mad, first of all, just before you carry on? Because I want your point to come across beautifully. And the mic, some mic is moving mad.
Must be mine. I'm taking it off, the headphones.
Is it mine?
By the way, these are the headphones that I bought on the airplane. Do you remember on the way there, we had to buy the headphones? £6.50, the headphones we had to buy. Do you remember? Toby made me buy them. Toby goes, just buy them, innit? Just buy them. So anyway, but it's all right. It's good. I've seen your faces now. We're good.
Toby just moving. He's scheming, bro. You can just tell. Like he knew he was telling you
scheming.
to buy bullshit. He's just.
I'm not even scheming, bro. GRIZZ didn't have headphones, and I offered him my headphones before Hugh took them. I said you could use my headphones. He said, "Nah, I'm not going to use them." So.
But anyway, we're here now. And Turkish, I didn't check up on you because you're with a whole 10-man crew. So why am I going to check up on you? You got family, you friends. I was lonely.
Bro, what do you think I did the first night I was in Philly? I went North Philly the first night by myself in an Uber with the driver saying, you can't wear Palm Angels around here. I linked up with Jill. Big up Jill. Big up Jill, the community, because she sorted me out with the needed medication on the trip. Yeah.
The needed medication. I was thinking, how's he gonna word this? How's he gonna word this?
I was waiting.
Medication.
I was waiting.
The count was so high in Philadelphia. It's concrete jungle.
The amount of pharmacies we visited needs a case study. Needs a case study.
Bro, it needs a big case study.
I'm a sick
the
man.
bus pharmacy. Remember the mini bus pharmacy we was on? The bus.
Lord have mercy.
TOBS pharmacy was mad.
Nah. On the tour bus.
Hold on. Can I just say, I think Turkish and Hugh can take responsibility for the pharmacy visits, not just Turkish. Hugh enjoyed a little medication visit as well.
As did I. I must say.
Oh, you too, yeah. Okay.
I must say, yeah.
But who got the highest on the trip? Matisse.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. 100%.
What do you
I
mean?
disagree.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Which one
whoa.
of the vlog comes out?
You've hit me left
I
field
think-
with that one. You've hit me
Yeah,
left field.
I disagree, and I tell you why.
I disagree.
I think Matisse was suffered the most.
I didn't suffer.
You know, he was numb. He was numb. All trip, he was numb. He was
No, I
numb
wasn't.
all trip.
No,
He
that was
he
jet lag. That was jet lag, and Oslo and Norway, you know, kind of roughed me up. You guys all got on your wonderful flight with your meal and your seated, your
Yeah, I missed
allocated
you.
seats,
Yeah, I missed
and
you.
all of your fancy shit. And I was in Oslo, Norway, backpacking around the world to make it to LA. So it's different circumstances. And also, you know, I was a humbler crumbler. You know, I was lying. Me and Toby on the sofas there, cripple up, finished. So you know that also contributes. You know, for me, I don't want to. I don't want to say it was the. I don't want to give the weed too much credit. I'll be honest. I don't want to give it too much credit. Yeah,
you will give it credit when you see the vlog because you don't know how you was acting that night, my bro. But
Which
is this the night we went to the Hollywood sign?
No.
He was cooked that night too.
I wasn't cooked.
Yeah, he was very numb.
This was Thursday or Friday. That's why he's cheeky to even blame fucking Norway or wherever he was because this was a good 2-3 days into the trip.
100%.
I disagree.
But yeah. What else? Community. I'm putting in a fucking I'm putting in a poll right now. Have you watched the movie Friday? Because I can't believe some of the Big Six community people are messaging me.
They're too young. They're too young. I bet you they're too young.
I
watched it on the plane back. I watched it on the plane back just to read because we visited it and all that. I bet you 35% haven't watched it.
Then this is a disgrace. I'm ashamed of the community that I've built if only 30% have fucking watched it.
To be fair to you, Turkish, you're right. It is like an heritage film, but yeah, I've not really watched it. So
hold on. Out of us lot, who hadn't watched it? Remember, Toby hadn't watched it. Matisse
Everyone, bro.
I hadn't watched it in full. I've watched some.
Only me and Turkish had watched it. Only me and Turkish had watched it.
Wait, but you just watched it on the flight back?
No. Are you not listening? You're not listening. I said to revamp because it's 20 years old, over 20 years old.
I watched it.
So I watched it back to because we visited it and it's fresh now. Like, oh shit. Do you know what I mean?
When did you watch it, Saeed?
I watched it about 2 years ago.
No, he's lying.
Nothing.
He's lying. Wallah, he's lying. He's absolutely glad that he's absolutely.
I've watched it. Well, I watched it.
Pure lied.
I watched it. I genuinely have watched it.
I know you didn't.
It's
So
mad.
what happens? What happens in it?
He don't know.
Listen, I watched it about 3 years ago. I don't know that.
3 years ago now, Turkish.
I've watched it. But I'm one of them guys here.
3 years ago. How do you not know what's happened in it though?
No, but listen, I know like the bits and bobs in the scene, but I'm not one of them like, you know what I mean, like the intricacies and whatnot. But I have watched it. I watched it.
The intricacies. No,
It's like I watched the other one called The Barbershop. Have you watched The Barbershop? The Barbershop?
I've seen that.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
1, 2, 3. So I've watched them ones as well. So it was kind of
People, has Saeed watched it? People, just let us know from his body language, man, how he's talking. Has Saeed watched Friday? I guarantee you, wings for a year, he ain't watched it.
I've watched
Wings for a year.
I've watched it.
He watched it.
I've watched it.
Cool. What is it? Nearly 10 minutes in. Well, what else from the trip that comes to? Actually, we'll wait for the vlogs. We'll talk with the community. We might even premiere it, but they will be out soon enough. We've done a little basketball challenge out there as well. That'll be out soon enough as well, people. Just putting the details to it all. Yeah, we're just putting it all together. No rush, but it'll be out soon. Football time. What is the biggest news? I mean, the friendlies yesterday and Man United with the transfer stuff, LinkedIn. Let's start with the transfer stuff before we move on to the result, because the result will bleed into Liverpool and GRIZZ's part of the conversation as well. Saeed, Mazraoui and Ligt on top of the signings you've made.
Yeah.
What are you telling me?
Listen, it's we need to get them in, man. You know what I'm saying? Bayern Munich are wanting 60 million for the pair. But it's got to that stage now where I'm not really fussed about how much they cost. I just think for me, we need the signings in, man. Yesterday, you've seen it, man. The defense is lacking. Maguire, precaution. Lindelof came off, precaution as well. Martinez is obviously coming back from the copper. He'll be back next week. Ledioro is out for 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that's a blessing in disguise.
I can never say injuries.
100% it's a blessing in disguise.
You think so?
Because
not for me.
If he started the season for you, man, the shot that you man have created for him, it was bound to not start well for him. But now he's gonna go in under the radar. When he comes back into the side, you're either fucking up in the league, so it's not his fault, or you're doing well and he has to fight for his place. The hype created around him at such a young age with just a year, it was bound to fail, Saeed. We've seen this story many times before. So now he's in the background. Now there's no expectation. There's no worry. For me, long term, I think, obviously you don't want a man to be injured, but I think it will be a blessing because by the time...
I hear that if you had options, though. I hear that if you had options and De Ligt was already here and we had a few other man that was certified, I'd hear that 100%. But when there's Maguire and there's Evans and there's Lindelof...
But you agree with me, Saeed. Euro or no Euro, with Ten Hag, it's not looking good. So even if
it helps us massively, though. We're at that stage now where I know Ten Hag's in and we need quality. And Euro has the quality for me to be starting in this centre-back option. Yeah, I understand there's pressure, but I believe he's capable of that pressure. I really do. And also, I look at the options that we have, like I said to you, bro, I'm not ready to die on this season and say, oh, but because there's pressure, Maguire and Lindelof. Nah, I'm not with that, bro. I'd rather he comes in, makes some mistakes. Yeah, there's going to be banter, but I know that he'll come good in the long run. I'd rather he make mistakes early on and then kind of learn as he goes along. But for me, bro, that 3 months, if it was a little 5-6 weeks, cool. But 3 months is a lot, man. It's a very, very much a lot. We're missing him. So we need De Ligt. We need Mazraoui. People are saying we'll probably need another centre-back, but we're probably pushing it there. But if you go and get De Ligt and Martinez, I feel a bit more confident in that. And obviously Mazraoui, obviously very, very technical player, can play on both sides.
Mazraoui, not
Mazraoui, yeah. Mazraoui. All right, mate. Chill out, mate. But anyway, Mazraoui, he can play on both flanks. I think for me, he locked off. I don't know if you remember Turkish, but he locked off your star boy Saka in the Champions League. So he's a player that's got credibility. Played at Ajax, played for Morocco in the World Cup at a high level. You know what I mean? He's a competent enough fullback that can play on both sides. So I think for me, he's perfect for what we want to do. I wanted Kodioglu, your boy, but it doesn't look like he's leaving Fenerbahce. And I think we do need another midfielder, man. Whether that's Ugarte, whether that's Rabiot, maybe two, go and get them in. You know what I'm saying? But we need signings, man. Listen, this ain't looking good right now because we're playing with a lot of the players from last season. And that, for me, does not go well, man. So, you know what I mean? We've got 2 weeks left. Get them in. Should get them in. Wan-Bissaka just needs to go. Once Wan-Bissaka goes, then that should free up a little bit of money. McTominay should leave. That should free up a little money. And then we go from there. Yesterday, obviously, I think GRIZZ will give his expert analysis, but we got spanked. But I think for me, the scoreline didn't reflect the game for me. And I'll say my bit. I think we did well yesterday. I know it's 3-0, and I know it sounds mad, but we had plenty of chances. We were pressing up on the front. We were looking good. Like, we actually had a style for once. So they got us on a break, few transition moments, and they scored and they beat us 3-0. It is what it is. But I'm more bothered about performance. Pre-season, we won a couple of years, 4-0, this and that. We ended up losing the first couple of games of the season. So it doesn't really tell you anything results-wise. But performance is what I'm kind of worried about. I'm more keen about. And to be fair, we've been playing well. Majority of the pre-season. Some of them not so, half here and there, but majority been playing well. So yeah, man, it's there's a few worries. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm still a bit kind of excited for the season to kind of start and whatnot. So yeah, man, it's mad. Yeah, what you man saying? Because what you nodding your head there like you weren't like there wasn't like Liverpool weren't tested and it was a case of we were on you, man. I seen your comments, man. They were like, yo, man, what's going on midfield?
Look, I'm gonna be very honest, right? It's preseason, and we know preseason it don't matter, right?
Exactly.
Preseason, we're looking for signs, right? We're looking for playing style. We're looking for structure. We're looking for organization. We're looking for fitness. I don't think Man United had any of that, even though it's preseason. I don't know what you saw that encouraged you in that game. That was without doubt our worst performance of the tour. And we smoked you 3-0 so comfy. We were rubbish.
Don't lie.
No. Hold on. We had 8 first teamers missing. 8 first teamers. None of the back four none of that back five, including the keeper, will play apart from Kwanzaa. Right? Is our back four. None of the midfielders, Szoboszlai, McAllister, 2 of our starting midfielders won't play. And only Salah will play up front. Bro, and there was a couple of people in my watch along that was saying, what do you think about this Man United? A couple of Man United fans that were asking me about Man United's playing style structure. And I was like, I don't want to troll, but what? What are you watching that I'm not watching here? What encouraged you about Man United? You bought a centre-back. He's out for 3 months. You're back to relying on Lindelof and all these mans, right? I'm assuming. Because that's what you're relying back on. Maguire and the mans. You told me about this Harry Amas is your bad boy at left back. Salah took him for a walk in the park. Like, little kid's got a lot to learn. You still got Wan-Bissaka. I know, Wan-Bissaka's looking to go. I don't know what encouraged you, bro. Your main scoring threat or striker, the one who only looks interested and happy to be at the club, is Højlund. He's out for what? How long?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Rashford and Sancho, I was hoping they're going to come on at halftime until someone said, yo, they're playing. They just played the first half. I thought we might get a stiff test in the second half because Sancho and Rashford might come on. Bro, we were so rubbish that game yesterday, and we strolled. Literally, our kids strolled through it. Like, of course you're going to have chances. You're big Man United, and we're playing our reserve C team. But I honestly didn't see, and I didn't see against Arsenal. Me and you, hold on, let me finish. Me and you were sat next to each other and Toby at the Man United Arsenal game. Tobes, what did we say? What did we say about the levels of Man United in terms of coaching and playing style?
Yeah, well, it was different levels.
One or two players came off, and you see
it was different, wasn't it, Tobes?
Yep.
It was the same against us, except we smoked them 3-0 without even, honestly, Fabio Carvalho. Are you serious?
I think, but Grizz, I think I didn't watch the game, right? Because I just watched my friendly and went to bed. But I'm seeing Bradley, Kwanzaa, Konate, Elliott, Jones, Gravenberch, Salah, Jota. This is not your C team. Now on your bench, granted, on your bench, hold on. I'm seeing the C team game on.
Minutes. No,
yeah, you can say the C team played for 45 minutes, but you can't say that they
60 minutes.
But then it was 3-0. But then it was 3-0 and comfy. That's my point.
That's because your A team, not your A team. That's because your first team.
Okay, so I can name you 8 starters. I can name you 8 starters that weren't there.
Yeah, but Manchester United, Man United weren't playing all their starters.
I know, but name your 8 starters. Name your 8 starters. I'll go. Machine for machine.
Lissandro. Dalot. Kobe Mainu.
When was the last time Lissandro played a game?
Come on, man.
Say.
Stop it. Why are you doing this, man?
I'm joking. Say. Lissandro, Virgil van Dijk. Great comparison. Can't carry on. No, we're going to do machine for machine. Dalot, Trent.
I'm going to check these scores and be the adjudicator.
Kobe Mainu.
Who?
I'm going to check the lineup.
Yeah, Alexis McAllister.
I've got the lineup here.
No, I'm just saying who was out. I'm not doing the whole comparisons. I'm just saying who was out.
I want to say, you know what? I saw Man United in a different light. The implementation of slot ball in 4 weeks compared to Ten Hag.
That is, I get it. That one there.
Like, we're talking about playing style.
I think is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Matisse thinks our first team was playing. Matisse wasn't.
I wouldn't say your first team. I'm just saying it's not your C team. That's what I'm saying.
Your C team, bro. That's why you guys like.
You're doing way too much. You're doing way too much.
Can I explain my point? What I meant by that? So what I'm trying to say is, our kids or B team or squad players were so well drilled already in 4 weeks under slot. I'm very encouraged, but that's preseason, and I absolutely accept and understand. It's pure preseason, but from a Man United point of view, I didn't see what Saeed's seeing. Like, I thought Saeed's going to be frustrated. I thought he's going to be tense about going into the season. If you're comfortable going into the season like the way you're playing, because Arsenal dealt with you, we dealt with you. I didn't see your other game who you played with. It didn't look nothing different to me. That's all I'm saying. It didn't look nothing different to me.
Grizz is a master gaslighter, isn't it? But
I'm saying it didn't look nothing different to me.
We were pressing them. We had about 3 or 4 gilt opportunities. Your keeper, Kelleher, and your other guy who came on made some unbelievable saves.
Don't even know his name. I know. Don't even know his name.
You don't know his name, exactly.
I know his name, but you don't know his name. Jaros, who's he?
Yeah, Jaros. I don't know who he is. But
he was with Pats in the League of Ireland last season. He was crap.
No. You're talking about the Brazilian Pataluga. He was crap. He's our 5th keeper.
We had the better chances, but we were not clinical. You lot, you had your chances, you were clinical. I think that was the difference in the game. I thought for me, the way we were pressing you guys out from the front, I thought we had a shape towards what we're trying to do. Like from my United point of view, we played well, but obviously Liverpool took their chances. And fair play to you lot.
Look, I'm not
To
talking
say
about
that
that game in
United played
isolation.
well,
Look, I'm not
it's a
talking about the
better-
chances. I'm not talking about the chances and
It's
goals in
pre-season,
isolation. I'm talking about actual your tour compared to what your expectations of your tour, injuries, way of playing. I think you should be worried, as opposed to my tour and Liverpool's tour. 3 out of 3, 1 goal conceded. We played good quality opposition in Man United, Arsenal, Betis. You know, in Slot's first preseason tour, everyone catching nice fitness, no injuries. I'm buoyant. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, you know, you lot are finished or whatever. I'm saying I don't see much hope for you right now.
Nah, listen, that's fair enough, man. You know what I'm saying? I would say also Liverpool, you know what I mean? No signings, you know what I'm saying to you. So we'll see what you man are about. You feel me? So, but for me, we need signings. We need signings. We need midfielders. Ugarte should come in, hopefully. Ligt Mazraoui, you know what I mean, and whatnot. And yeah, then we can start to maybe put some expectations down because
you keep making signings. You keep spending money. Keep making signings. Keep making signings.
And you know no signings for you lot. What's going on?
We play football, man. We play football and win games. That's
the ITK was strong last season.
You keep winning. You keep winning signings. Keep winning signings.
I don't know why Saeed's championing the idea of getting signings is like
We keep
like
winning
the transfer and like Saeed, the fact that you're talking about needing 5, 6, 7 signings is a pure indictment of poor recruitment for years and years and years. Liverpool currently have a much better all-round squad that doesn't need anywhere near the amount of major surgery that yours does. So I don't know why you dangle over a Liverpool fan.
They definitely
we just slapped your squad.
Oh, you need 6, 7, 8 players. They need a DM. What are you talking about?
They need a DM. They need another centre back. Definitely,
we've got 5 centre backs.
I think they probably need. I think they definitely need some sort of fullback, maybe left back on that side. Robertson when he's out injured. Do they really trust Tsimikas on that side?
I don't know. For Diallo.
Listen, we'll see. But I'm just saying, right now, United, they're gonna make some signings in, hopefully, and we need to make some improvements. You know what I mean? We know what we need to do for next season. Yeah, I don't really agree with the manager or his philosophy, but I'm willing to see what happens this season and let's see if there's some big improvements, man. It's gonna be a long season. What did you say, Grizz in LA? What did you say? You said something.
Wild West.
Yeah, there you go. So it is.
I know it will be, but
is that new hat gonna make an appearance this season, Grizz? I wonder.
Yeah, when it's time. Right now, was there a shootout yesterday, Hughie? Was there a Wild West game?
No, I hear.
You get what I'm saying? It was nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, so what are you saying? What are you saying? Guaranteed third, Grizz?
Boy.
Guaranteed, that would be my minimum expectation. My minimum expectation. I'm not going to get baited into having a start with you again yet. We've got a few weeks yet. We've got a few weeks yet. And then I'll talk to you about, you lot as well and whatnot. But right now, that'll be my least expectation, third, my least. And I think that'll be very good for Slot in his first, because a lot of people are, you know what I mean? What's that song you lot taught me on the trip? Oh, fuck's sake, man, it's gone now. But, many men.
Oh, man said it's gone now.
Many men.
Saeed, your minimum is third as well, right?
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing is good football, man. I think that's the biggest expectation from you, man. Like, we need to play a consistent style of play. But I think United should target third this season. You know what I mean? Slot's first season. You know what I mean? There's going to be some ups and downs. We have to capitalize on that. You know what I mean?
You asked about your team, man. Why are you still talking about my team, man?
I'm just saying, because you're the one that's
keep mentioning my team.
No, I'm just saying.
Can I ask a question? So, are you saying that Man United should target third? So that's not your belief of where they'll finish, but that's just where they should be targeting. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. That's where they should be targeting this is. But my thing is, for me though, we finished 8th last season, but we underachieved massively. Like I shouldn't then think, you know what? Because they did that, all of a sudden that we're there or thereabouts, so 6th, 7th. Like, I'm not doing that. I think for me, we're in our 3rd season now. I think there should be signings coming through the door. Ten Hag should be adapted to the Premier League a little bit better. I think, you know what it is? For me, third and fourth are just quite similar anyway. As long as you get that Champions League football and you play a consistent style of play, I don't see why Man United shouldn't aim for third. I really shouldn't.
You should definitely aim for it, but whether you will get it,
that's on
together. Because I think I can agree with you. Eighth, we know that you underperformed. Your squad's not good, but we know that you massively underperformed.
Yeah,
and you had injuries, etc., etc. But there's about 3 or 4 teams that are competing with you for the third or fourth spot, and I don't think it's cut and dry that Man United get it. Like, I will be, to be honest, I'm still not convinced you make it, even based off the business you've done now. I still think there's more business you need to do for me to really have the belief that Man United can go and get top 4. However, I think you're fair in Man United targeting that to begin with.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I think, listen, it's the third season, man. You guys were saying, oh, yo, man, you know what I mean? United in the second season should be challenging. You know what I mean? So for me, this third season, now I'm upping the pressure a little bit more, even. I think now we just need to establish ourselves as a team that's consistent, has a style of play, and the gap for me between Man City and Arsenal shouldn't be 20, 30 points. Like, I need that gap to be at least 10 to 15, at least minimum. You know what I mean? No more than that, man. We shouldn't be 30 points behind Arsenal and City. That shouldn't happen. So I'm hoping that gap reduces as well in that regards as well. So let's see.
I can't see Man United having a 75-point season, I'll be honest. So I think you will be more than 10, 15 points behind them. I could almost guarantee that from day one, you will be more points, because Arsenal have to be minimum targeting 90 points. Man City always go for 90 points. So your gap is going to be 20 points. That's how, because top 4 is 60 to 70 points. That's what it is. So that's what it's going to be.
What did Liverpool get this season? Liverpool. How many points did they finish before Arsenal? How many points did you lot behind Arsenal, Grizz, last season?
Oh no, man! I clocked out my league season. Our standards are very high. Once I realized we're not going to finish second, I don't think
the gap was too big between Arsenal and Liverpool.
No, it was massive. No, I wouldn't say it's massive.
It was tight till the last 10 games, isn't it? So
6, 7 points, maybe
7 or 8, maybe max.
The gap between them was 7 points. Liverpool 82 points, Arsenal 89, Man City 91. So that's Liverpool in the title race and then falling off.
They're falling off. Yeah.
With 4 defeats from 38. You are not gonna have 4 defeats from 38. I can tell you that now. You man are not.
That's why I'm hoping Slot. There's a little bit of a drop off. That's what I'm saying. If it was Klopp, nowhere near I would be saying. You know what I mean? Like, United are probably going to finish.
So can I just obviously I have to butt in now. I have to butt in because you keep referencing my team and my manager. Okay, we're talking about Man United. So I have to butt in now, people. Please don't get angry. Please don't get angry at me, yeah, guys. I'm going to butt in. Okay. Yeah, now, did you really see the levels of coaching in 3-4 weeks, and you're still talking down on Slot? Did you not see?
Also, you're hyping
playing places. No, I'm not hyping up. I'm asking you a general question. Did you not see any difference?
Amazing. It was unbelievable, man. It was
Okay, no problem. You're in that mood.
But you just asked me though. You're trying to now.
You're in that mood.
So I'm like, I'm going to gas it up for you then. It was amazing.
Carry on mentioning my team. Carry on talking about my man.
It was amazing. So enlighten me. Let me know what happened in preseason.
No.
You guys
enlighten you through the season. There's going to be plenty of times to enlighten you, brother.
Well, actually, it's only coming from the fact that I have to stress it. It is Slot's first season, so there can be a little bit of a drop off from Jurgen Klopp. That's
no doubt about it. 100% agree.
I think you're hoping
I agree.
And relying on a massive drop off, SAEED, like an absolute fall off a cliff.
This is my point of view.
Whereas the thing is, if you're going to analyze and try and decide who's more likely to finish third and who's more likely to finish fourth between United and Liverpool, I look at United and say in their third season, you shouldn't be saying we want the style of play. That's not a team that's going to finish third for me. We want the style of play, and so on and so forth. And then I'll just look at the simple quality of the overall squads, comparing the two. I think all Slot has to do to finish above you is just steady the ship. It's just steady the ship. Just don't really fall off, because the overall quality is it's night and day between like what Liverpool have, what Man United have. I look at that Man United midfield. I don't care if you sign Ligt Mazraoui and these guys or whoever. Your midfield stinks. It's gonna get absolutely ran through when the season gets in full flow. So I think it's wishful thinking. I get the optimism because it's the start of the season, but I think it's really, really wishful for you to think that third place is attainable. I think you'll be right back down again, 5th, 6th, 7th.
It's the balance of like there's no balance to United fans online, like there isn't with Arsenal fans. You know, on one hand, I mentioned the Euro stuff, the Mainu stuff as well. The pressure's on him, but you're right. The midfield is not equipped right now to be dealing with the expectations. So a lot of the pressure, it needs to be balanced. Look at SAEED a couple of weeks ago. SAEED was buzzing, dancing with a scar, with his flag. Now he's 2 weeks later. He's one player injured. One
No,
small
I'm still calm though. But you got time.
but you're not dancing with your flag.
Calm.
You're far from
no,
dancing.
But the flag's on hold, isn't it? Once we, you know what I mean?
Casemiro alone, Casemiro and Eriksen alone, if they're going to play in midfield, I mean, the amount of points you're going to drop just with those two guys in midfield is crazy. Casemiro, it's giving Fabinho fall off. Really, it's mad. The guy is on his last legs.
I'd say it's worse.
It is awful. It is worse.
Maybe Fabinho was bad though.
Fabinho was bad. But let's not do this guy.
He was bad.
Casemiro, he needs help, man. He needs help. Whether we play someone,
no, he doesn't need help.
He needs to be sold.
He needs to leave.
I
said this to you before we went to LA. He needs to leave.
Oh, listen, nobody's putting in for him right now. I said if someone comes in with an offer, I'm open to selling him. But
brother, you should bite their hand off if someone comes in to buy him.
Bro, I told you Saudi League
just to get him off the wages. You should let him go on a free just to get him off the wage bill. That's how bad he is right now. He's gone, bro. It's finished. It's
wages have obviously killed us in this aspect. Like Juventus now have put about 6 man, told 6 man, you're not in our project. I don't know if you've seen it.
I
saw. Because they're on probably low wages, but United can't do that. And this is why obviously the previous regime allowed that to happen. This is where hopefully the new regime doesn't allow, you know what I mean, players to be on these astronomical wages.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You just gave
the new regime that just gave Euro 150k.
What about the kid that's getting his first pro contract at 30k a week?
What about that kid? 30k a week.
Yeah, that kid.
The new regime.
Yeah. Don't worry about Euro. Fuck that.
Yogi.
Where do you get this number from? Who's that?
Well, the number came from the fact that you doubled what Arsenal offered, 15k. That's where the number came from.
No, but who's that 30, the kid that you're talking about? I don't know who that kid is.
Now, you know who the kid is. Don't smile at me.
I genuinely don't know which kid you're talking about. But for me, because it's spread over the coming years, and he's a generational centre back, and he's game over Real Madrid, it was justified. But that Cheeto, man, listen, like Van Persie,
he's a generational centre back.
The way you're so comfortable in saying that, you need to stop.
Bro, why do you say these things, man? Why do you say these things?
Why are you so comfortable calling him a generational centre back? Why can't you just say he's extremely promising centre back? Why do you have to say the word generational? Why?
Can I ask a question to the Turkish? What can we expect from Cheeto? What's his qualities?
I have no clue, my guy. I don't watch the under 16s or under 17s and
you don't watch him. You know what I mean. You don't know why he's moved over. Like,
are you trying to rub the fact you got a 16-year-old off us? This ain't the route you want to go down, my bro.
I'm asking what can we expect from Cheeto, and are you gutted that he's left? And what's
Broski, I don't know him.
He has not watched a singular minute of this man. He's not even a man, he's a boy.
What's going on? Well, no, but honestly, what's going on at Arsenal? All the youngsters seem to be leaving. Like, this player's left. The other players left.
Who's this and who's the other?
The guy that's gone to Brighton, he left as well.
Ozia Dubry, yeah, he left.
Ozia Dubry, you know what I mean? Like, it's a couple of youngsters that are leaving though. Arsenal, like Arteta not giving options.
Are we deflecting now? Is it? Are we going?
He's moving the combo on.
I don't know what route you're trying to do.
That was kind of smooth though,
Very smooth. Very smooth segue. I like it.
Be careful, man. We might have to steal the Waneri next season, man.
You better keep hold of Mainu over the next few years, because if you lot don't buck up your ideas, you're going to be seeing him rolling out in another midfield.
He's a left-footed right, the Waneri. So we can play on the left.
He is.
Ain't on the right 8. You know what I'm saying? Like we got options, man. You know what one's there. Shout out to NXT. But
look at the fall off though. All you want to talk about is teenagers and young players. You remember when Arsenal were doing that, when you lot was winning leagues and challenging and all of that, and you lot used to laugh at us. Now look, you're old Cheeto.
Yours is a youth project though. That's a different though. You guys had
what's yours then?
Ours is a mix and blend. You know what I mean? We're trying to mix and blend youth with experience. You know what I'm saying?
This window's only been young players though. Xerxes and Euro, to be fair.
Xerxes got a lot of promise, man. He's mashed work in Italy. Obviously, Euros come in. So listen, and then Cheeto guy, listen, it is what it is, man. He's seen the project and he was excited by it, man. So
he's seen this, brother. He's seen this, brother.
No,
What project is he excited by? I want to know this.
I don't get it.
What project?
You can't even see the project, Saeed. How are you saying another man is seeing
when
the
it's
project?
United, it's money, innit? It's always
Can
money.
I just say this?
Never about a project.
Can I just say this word project is one of the worst words that have ever entered the football landscape ever. No, ever. More than aura, more than all these words on twitter.com. Project, one of the worst words to enter the football landscape, because now people just get away with a hyperfuckery and just call it a project. It's just a project. It's just a project. It's mind-boggling to me how people are just reading off this word. They have no idea what it means. They have no timeline. When I build, if we're building, if construction is taking place and it's a project, there is a timeline, there is an end date, there is a destination. When people are saying project, they have no timeline, they have no end date, they have no tools, they have no workmen on site, they have nothing. They just have, it's like Old Street, you know, the roundabout where it's just always been a project. Nothing's going on. Turkish will know. Nothing's going on.
Yeah.
Nothing's going on.
Can I ask you a question? Are you,
don't, because you're gonna flip it on me. Don't do that. I'm not. You know why you can't do that? Because I'm not Robert. Don't talk to me. I'm not Robert. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I'm not Robert.
Are you thinking from bad experience and you're kind of giving me a bit of?
I think Matisse is coming from PTSD.
Just annoys me
because your project is like the most stinkiest project ever created by any club, like in the history of the game. So, like, I think you're coming from that angle. There can be projects, like, you know. I think Arsenal have shown there can be a project. Well, obviously they've got to win something this year. We're going to come to that. But their project is projecting. Liverpool's project projected. You know, Spurs.
Once you finish once you don't finish second, you're
City was a project, but obviously it was financed project. But it was still a project. There's still projects. You can still believe in a project, but I think you're getting a bit too, like, obviously critical of the word project because of your club.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think it's unfair to say that to Matisse, because since Ferguson retired, at least Chelsea have had one project that's gone bang. United haven't had a project that's gone bang since Fergie retired. So
no, obviously that's the owners. Obviously, we've had bad owners, but we're still collecting trophies all the way. You know what I mean?
I mean in terms of the league title, Chelsea got.
League title. How many? No, that's fair. That's fair. That's why I respect Chelsea. But obviously, this new project, he has got a lot of PTSD. The old one, nobody can dispute with Abramovich. Abramovich was that guy was a machine. Like, nobody could say, like, that was a failure. They won trophies every single year. But this new one, obviously, it's looking a bit sticky right now.
This new one is trash. Let's just call it what it is.
Go on, Toby. You go ahead. Yeah.
This new Chelsea project is trash. And that's not me saying their squad's trash. They've got a bunch of talented players. But this new project is crap. It's aimless. It's uncoordinated. It's rubbish. They keep hiring and sacking managers every year. They're only buying flipping Gen Zs. Like they're buying man who ain't even had like 50 first team football appearances, and then they're expecting to flip on them, make a profit on them, despite not playing them, despite not giving them good loans. The Chelsea project is crap. Sorry, it's rubbish. I don't care how many talented players they got. It's rubbish. They're spending way too much money on way too many players with way too many careers to manage. It's not going to work. And that's being evident. It's not going to work. You cannot have a squad that big. You cannot manage a team this big and expect that your model of buying to harbor or grow the next Mbappe, the next XYZ is going to work when you literally have to feed 100 mouths. It's stupid. The project is trash. Like, it's rubbish. It's crap. It is crap. It's rubbish. If you compare the Chelsea of Abramovich to now, it's a far cry away. Like, honestly, like, people say I'm hating on Chelsea, and yeah, there's a bit of hate, but it's reality. The project is arse. Do Chelsea look like they're any closer to winning major honors? Like, how many years? And I know obviously people would say with Abramovich, I think it was like, obviously Conte, the Champions League, etc., etc. I know that
there's been gaps.
I
But
know that
do
obviously
you know what?
gaps.
There was not really big gaps in not winning trophies, but there were gaps in competing for major trophies in terms of Premier League and Champions League.
Yeah, agree. But in the league, fine. There was a big
Yeah,
gap since 2017. No league, no, not even a league title.
No challenge.
Calm.
Yeah.
I can understand that. But they won the Champions League with Abramovich as well in 2020. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, even then, when you compare what Chelsea used to stand for in the past, I hated Chelsea, but a big part of hating Chelsea is because they were so good. They were so good. They would actually sign talented players who could come in, will take this league by storm. They'll win titles. They'll win FA Cups. They'll win European honours. They go into the Europa League. They win it. Champions League. They won it twice. You can't. It's chalk and cheese comparing to this project. This Chelsea project is trash. It's bad. Like, if I look at this team now, genuinely, the cap I see for this team is Champions League qualification. They'll finish right now. I can see this Chelsea team maybe finishing third or fourth. If Maresca has a fantastic season, they really go full tilt, I can see them finishing in the top four. That's about it. Make a cup final, maybe try and nick a League Cup or something like that, or maybe try and get to.
But they're rebuilding in it. That's good for them, though. Of course, they're going to take time to get back. But I mean, I don't want to give our predictions away. But
well, it's not even about taking time to get back.
He's going to think I'm capping again, but
It's not even about taking time to get back, though, Grizz. It's what you're doing isn't working. You're not going to get back because what you're doing, it's literally not working.
Oh, yeah, but it's not football orientated. I think, to me anyway, it's not built for success on the pitch. For me, Chelsea fans can say what they want and they think, no, it's a project. Sorry, Matisse. It's a long-term project. They can see the vision, whatever. For me, it's pure, like you said, flipping profits. They're trying to flip profits, man. It's not. Roman Abramovich wanted to win every trophy he entered on the pitch. These mans, they want to win other stuff, man.
But but Grizz, I don't even think it's for flipping profit though. Like, obviously, of course, the positive spin is, like, if it doesn't work, worst case scenario, you can make a profit. But genuinely, they're trying to collect and assemble the hottest prospects in the world, like the Avengers or something. They're trying to bring in as many as possible. So you're like, it's literally a process of trial and error. If I do this thing 100 times, maybe 10 will bang. And of the 10 that will bang, maybe that team can go and win something. But it's not working because, one, they're not even signing like all of the best young talents in the world. Like Esteval, he looks cold. Cole Palmer, cold. But for every Esteval and Cole Palmer, you have a Disassi. You have a David Washington. You have who was that next Don that you lot signed that Kellyman. You had to take from Aston Villa? Kellyman. Like, they're just flooding. They're flooding their team with talented players, but they're also flooding their team with guys who are not good enough and aren't going to make it at this club. And they have to satisfy all these players. It just doesn't work. It don't work. Sorry, I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but it's actually hard.
41 players they've got, man. So that's 41. That's just around 28, 26.
How can we make sense of that? What's Maresca supposed to do with that?
Players. It's stupid. And Maresca's going to get packed.
I feel sorry for him. I'll rate Maresca. I'm going to put it out there. I'm not doing all this mascara ball and whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Don't lie, man. Don't lie. You're going to do this.
No,
you said you hate Chelsea. Why are you soft to them now?
Brother, I hate Chelsea. I can like people.
Oh, yeah, you can like Matisse, but just hate Chelsea, innit?
Yeah, no, I think Maresca is a good coach, and I'm not gaslighting. Matisse is going to start saying, "Here we go."
No, I didn't. I've heard you say this before.
But I just don't think the project is what's the word I'm looking for? Like, built for success for a new young coach. How's he going to deal with 41 players, including some kids on mega money? How is he supposed to manage this situation? He might be a great or potentially great coach, but you need a great manager as well. This is madness what they're doing.
Grizz, I'm not going to lie to you. I think even the elite managers would struggle under these circumstances because and that's why, like, I know Poch was diabolical, deserved to lose his job. I don't know what's going to happen with Maresca, but the point I'm trying to make is this club, they're not giving their managers the best. They're not giving the managers the best platform possible to actually show that they can turn Chelsea's fortunes around. And that's why, in all honesty, I will not be surprised if we're here sat 12 months later and we're talking about a new manager at Chelsea, because the circumstances in which these managers are having to coach this club, it's not good. Yeah, they have some good players to work with, great, but they have to work with so many. They have to manage so many. This player's got to play. This player's got to play. This player's got to play. How is it going to work? How is it going to work? Tell me.
I don't think Matisse got the answer. I think only one man's got the answer, and he's not on the show.
No. There is no answer, to be honest, because when you go through that 11 of, I'll call it like political playing of players, right? You want to play the high value, high commodities, the ones that were heavily invested in. We're finding out quite quickly that some of them are going to have to hold bench. Some of them are going to have to hold bench. Some of the highly priced, highly paid players are going to have to hold bench if you're going to find balance in this team. It's maybe similar to the England team where everybody wanted to squeeze in all of the players at once. And from a balance perspective, it just didn't work. So you're going to have to start putting people on the bench, and it's going to have to start getting very uncomfortable. And Mudryk, I mean, I know he's playing out of position against Man City, but he was awful, right? He was up against a kid. I think it was Wilson. He didn't give him no trouble. That right there, that signing is a problem because he's not good enough. And people feel this will probably be a make or break season for him. Maybe they see something in him that maybe I'm not seeing. Personally, wingers at the top level, it should be very obvious if they're good or not. If you have to start, saying under these circumstances, under these terms and conditions, for me, that's not the winger that I want at my football club. I've grown up on Hazard. I've grown up on even, you can say Salah at your club. You can say Alexis. You can say Alexis Sanchez at your club. You could say Gareth Bale at your club. These wingers, you didn't have to. Well, if this and maybe if he had this 1-2 combination in this
mention
second.
the Chelsea ones, Matisse. Mention the
Yeah,
Chelsea
100%.
ones. Damien Duff, Ian Robin, Florian Maluda.
I can reel off so many examples. I can reel off so many examples.
Doesn't this come down to the state of football as well, though?
Maybe, but then your talent identification needs to be made. Turkish is going to say that there's fewer options out there, right, in the market as there used to be. But that just means your talent identification just needs to be better, right? And that's because
there's
now
fewer world-class options. Turkish, there's fewer world-class options, yes, but there are still a sizable amount of like good or quality wide options that Chelsea could go out there and sign to give them an uplift in comparison to what Mudryk offers. Like,
but you know why I think you know what I'll counter that with. What about Raheem Sterling, who before the Chelsea move is a Premier League legend, who's done it in the league and whatnot. He was the one that comes in to kind of be that star winger, but because he's out of the Pep system, he's trash. That's why
he's not trash though.
But he's on a natural.
He's not trash.
Hold on. When Nicolas Pepe had the 2 years Sterling had, you was comfy saying he's trash.
100%. 100%.
So don't tell me Sterling's not trash, bro.
But Sterling's had the whole career. Sterling's had his whole career from 17 years old to show you he's not
under
trash.
Pep.
He's had hold on.
He wasn't under Pep at Liverpool.
Let me finish. So hold on.
He emerged on the scene at Liverpool.
Turkish. On the international stage, the Euros just before the last, he was the best England player. So Sterling has shown that he's not a trash player. Just because he
scored a back post header and a tap in or something.
Stop it.
England are not exactly exhilarating for.
I'm not saying they are, but if
he was England's best player, so this. Who was England's best player last tournament?
He was one of the best.
Was one of them. What the fuck?
Let's have it right, Turkish. Let's have it right. Raheem Sterling was one of the best attacking players at the Euro 2020s. It wasn't just for England. He was one of the best attacking players in that tournament. Full stop. He was.
But listen, we're going off topic. What I'm saying is, the quality of the pool of quality now. What you just said is there is wingers out there that can come in and be better and elevate this. Sterling was meant to be that, but when you take him out of the system, because players don't have that freedom to express anymore, be themselves growing up. If you learn under a system and you're taken out of that system, or another manager comes in, you might not be the same player anymore. So that's part of what I'm not just saying. The pool of players.
I do think there was
because it has, but the way Chelsea chopped and changed managers over years also created, because they was kind of Real Madrid have been doing that. Chelsea followed with that since the Roman era, but it's also led, because other teams have done that. If we're not winning 1 year, we're going to sack a manager. It's also led to the pool of managers not being great, and because managers now run. Everything comes from the manager now. Not to say it didn't under Wenger, under Fergie and whatnot, but tactically, you must listen to every instruction from the manager now. So not only is the pool of players worse than it was 20 years ago, but there's not enough managers now that you can bring in because none have been given time. Whether it's a Villa Boas who comes in and goes out, or whether it's Real Madrid have had it. You might say Lopetegui. Many managers have come and gone in this new era because the emphasis is on winning now. But that's also created less of a pool of managers.
Can I counteract that though? Because I don't think the pool of players now are worse. I think the average footballer is better now. The average footballer across every position, in my opinion, is better now because they have access. They have access to technology and data, etc., to
can't
coach.
believe you said that.
No, I am going to say it. I think the average player
they can run faster and run more.
No, it's not just running faster. It's not just running faster because we have top players currently. The problem is at the very top. So when we're talking about like world class, there are fewer world class players. Both things can be true. I don't think it means that. Oh yeah, because I don't basically look at it and say there are fewer like good players now. I look at it saying there are fewer world class players.
Yes,
right? It's a different thing.
But that filters down. If there's fewer world class, that filters into the next one, into the next one, into the next one. Because the bracket under world class back then would be world class now. So it affects every like you can't just say that's not the same anymore.
Not for me.
Everything else is.
I don't agree with that point around the bracket under world class then is world class now. Not for me, which is why I'm so adamant on my ratings, which is why when you are calling guys like Declan Rice world class, I say no, it's not world class for me.
I didn't hear that.
Damn shit.
Let's say, but I caveat that with the state of football now. So don't just chuck
and that's what I'm saying. I don't go off the state of football now. I'm judging. If I'm calling you a world class player, I'm looking at you saying, could you stand the test of time back then? Same way, those players are world class.
Seedorf, legend, yeah. He had seasons and moments, 100%, but he isn't in the Zidane bracket or the Xavi bracket and whatnot. That's the tier below world class back then. Seedorf today is the best midfielder in the world.
No, he isn't.
Well, one of 2, 3.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah,
and that's clear. But back then he was like 15th to 20th, bro.
Yeah, but isn't that backing up my point that there are fewer world-class players today? However, the average footballer is better than the average footballer back in the day.
The average footballer now is better than the average footballer back in the day.
Yes, I believe that.
Would you say that the average teams play better football?
Just look at the Premier League as an example. Just look at the Premier League as an example.
Well, give me the example then.
Yeah, give me
the example is when you look at the Premier League now, it is hard. Like back then, there was a clear gulf between the top sides and the bottom sides. Now there isn't. There isn't that. Okay, there still is, but it's not to the extent that it was before. You could never see a team like Bournemouth back then go into Old Trafford and battering Man United 4-0. Never. You can see that now.
But then you look at the bottom of the league for that, or you look at. But then what about the way Man City have absolutely obliterated this league, dominated it, and got the most points year in, year out, year in, year out? You can also use that as an example.
They got the best coach of all time. Because they got the best coach of all time. That's why.
No, I get that, but Fergie's up there with Pep. I still put him number 1, Fergie. So you can't just.
What was Fergie doing? Fergie won the Premier League 3 times in the trot.
Yeah, he won. But he also had worthy challengers come in. He had Wenger come in, win 3 titles.
We had Wenger,
Mourinho come in, win some titles. Klopp came in and won 1 title over 7 years. Yes, but really and truly, no one really disrupted this Pep domination
with the money as well.
Yeah, but because when you put the two circumstances together, you have the best manager in the world, and you have the team who, alongside Newcastle, have the most money in the league. Of course, he's going to dominate. Fergie, when it was Man United back then, even though Man United did have the edge over certain teams, you had Chelsea who had more money than Man United at the time, and you had guys like Arsenal who had Arsene Wenger. Like, of course, I think the circumstances are different. The circumstances are if Jurgen Klopp had the same level of resources that Pep Guardiola had, I don't think we'd be talking about Man City dominating this league and winning 5 and 6. I
Do
don't.
you know why? Like, I've learned a lot in the last 3-4 years. I've had to learn. I've had to humble myself. Because the era of football we're in now is very different to the glory days of Arsenal and whatnot. But I've learned, because when Wenger's era came to an end, who do you think the names I was saying was? It was a Simeone. It was, at the time, I would have taken an Allegri. Like, he's not someone I wanted, but because he was a winner them times, I was looking at the winners. I was looking at the managers that, they come in with that certain clout. But it wasn't that manager that took us to where we are now. Now, we haven't won anything yet. That's the joke side of it. Cool. I'm not saying we have, but that route we've taken, I would have never seen it, because Arteta at the time wasn't a top manager in the world. He hasn't been buying players that are top players until last summer. Well, Partey 50 mil here, Declan Rice 100 million there. Other than that, Ben White's and Aaron Ramsdale's and promoting Saka and whatnot, or more so than Emery. So I've learned a lot from that. That's why when I talk about Chelsea and United, I'm stuck for words, because as much as it's funny to me, and long may it continue, because I hate both clubs, I can't offer a solution to them or like understand the situation, because maybe a Maresca is the one to turn them around the corner. Maybe giving this Ten Hag guy another 2-year contract is the one to do it. I don't know anymore. Like, football's changed a lot. Like, it's not just you buy top players, and who is the top players?
I'll be real though. With the Man United one, the Chelsea one is a bit more like, I went in on them, but the Chelsea one, there's a lot of deadwood there. With the Man United one, I think it's a lot less complicated, right? Stop spending money on crap players. It's that simple. Stop spending money on crap players and hire a good manager, right? Ten Hag proved to Man United, even with the FA Cup win, he's not the man to take them to the promised land. Get rid of him and start spending money on good players. And you don't need 6-7 world-class players. Just buy good players.
Yeah.
Just buy good players. Like, just buy good players. Man United, look at their midfield. We've been doing this Big Six for 4 years, right? I can't remember a single season on the Big Six where we haven't spoken about how weak Man United's midfield is. It's weak. They need this. They need that. We're in 2024 now. Still, we're talking about them signing 2 or 3 midfielders. You look at their midfield now, Mason Mount. Last summer, we came on here, we said, that's a dead signing. We said that's a dead signing. 55 million with a year left. That is a dead signing. Look at it a year later. Eriksen for free. Casemiro cooked. Like, bro, we don't need to overcomplicate it. Like, just use some competence when you're actually building your squad. Use some competence. Xerxes looks.
But then, for example, again, I'm gonna go back. You mentioned midfield, and Pogba comes in, world-class talent. Like, he's bound to kick on, but because he wasn't under the right manager, and under the right process, and under the right system, Pogba turned out not to be the Pogba that came in. So it all comes down to the right manager at the helm. You can buy the best talent, but it's no longer 20 years ago. You bought the best talent, you will improve. It doesn't matter who your manager was. You bought that best player because he has freedom to express. Now you do that. It still comes down to the manager, sorting it all out. But then the manager market is dead. The manager market is dead. So that's why you find Chelsea and Man United.
Is the manager market dead, or do we? Are we only looking at it from Prem, like a Prem?
I think the manager market is going through transition.
Yeah,
going through transition. There's a project. The manager market is in a project. There are some potential managers. No, I'm being serious. There are some potential high-level, high-quality managers.
I wonder who that could be.
However, they're not there yet. They still have things to prove. They still have development to do. They still need the right circumstances, meaning the clubs. They need the right clubs with the right recruitment, with the right backing. Everything is so circumstantial. I agree with you, Turkish. Maybe the power used to be with the players. Now it's with the managers a little bit more in terms of the managers used to manage, and the players used to be able to play a bit more. Now it's more they have to coach and the players have to follow those instructions. Yes. But even from a hierarchy standpoint, it just feels like everything is a lot more focused and a lot more like fixated on, Liverpool just got a new throwing coach. 20 years ago, if Liverpool got a new throwing coach, who the fuck would care? Nobody would give a shit. Now you get a new doctor, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, we got a new doctor." So I don't know. I just feel like football's become more scientifical, I guess, a little bit more.
And also, social media doesn't help.
experiments.
Social media doesn't help. Information overload. We're so like we get so much information now. So much information now to the point where everyone can, every single detail can be scrutinized. It's
also this win now thing, because people would have said before Conte joined Tottenham, people would have said that, well, we were saying, me included, us included, that's a top manager. That manager, you bring him in, he's going to win trophies. But when you come into this league with this crowd, with the fans in the Premier League and the fans of the Premier League from outside, you don't win something in one season or a year and a half, it's not looking good, you're straight out of the fucking door. So that development of that manager, Conte, maybe becoming one of the best managers, breaking into a top 2-3 man, it's done in the instant, because the pressure in this league, I said it with Villa-Boas earlier, Conte, it's happened, Mourinho at Tottenham's another example, Mourinho at, not so much United, because they actually gave him time, he was winning things at just third year. Mourinho, I give credit to United for that, because they didn't think in the first whatever, oh shit, we're not challenging. They trusted in him a little bit. But generally, these managers that Arne Slot, there's a bit of hope in him. The odds are stacked against him in this league, because one year you finish third, fourth, or dare I say it, fifth, it's time to get him out. How dare he finish second behind Pep, or how dare he finish fourth in his first season? Like now the metric in terms of, you know, I don't know, the balance of fans is just crazy now. Every year, fans are happy to say this manager needs to go now because he's had 7 months and it's not good enough. And then that manager's career curtails and you don't hear of that manager again.
I think you're right with a certain section of the fan bases of clubs generally. Yes, some are unreasonable, but I actually think some fans are patient with their managers. I think you have to apply context to why some of these managers are being sacked. So the Conte example, Conte was diabolical in his second year. Diabolical. And Conte received heavy backing from the club. Right? We're not talking about chump change. He received heavy backing from the club. We spent, I think, like 160, 170 million in the summer window. Then we spent another 40 something in January, or committed to another 40 something in January, and he stunk. He rightly lost his job. Same for Mourinho. Same for Pochettino at Chelsea in the summer. Like, you have to look at the context. I completely understand your point around how the environment now is win now, because there's so much money involved in the Premier League now, right? The pressure is different, right? But ultimately, there is always nuance. There's always nuance. Always.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. But another example, Wenger wins the league 97-98. He goes 3 years not winning the league. You think any manager can do that now in the Big Six? They can't.
Yes, I do.
I mean, we've all been
rare.
It depends on the Arteta. Look at the Arteta. It depends.
Yeah, no. But Arteta, you could say similar. But what I'm saying is, Wenger came in, won the league, so the bar went straight up. Then failed to win.
Look at Jurgen Klopp.
I think you know what?
Took 4 years to win a trophy. But why did Liverpool fans stick by him? Because there was an upward trajectory each and every season.
Klopp's
I think it depends. It depends on.
One of the best managers of this generation, and there's only a few of them. But Klopp's name is up there.
I think it depends on how you perform in other competitions. Exactly. But right now, if anybody in this, outside of obviously Man City, if anybody comes in here and wins one Prem in their first season, they might get a statue. That's how much they might get a statue. That's how much everybody's starving right now. Everybody is starving. Do you know what I mean? We have not drank water, eaten food in years, starving. Thirsty. If somebody comes into Chelsea and wins me a league in one season, brother, I will never ever. You saw what I was like with Tuchel, right? So I'm being God's honest. You saw what I was like with Tuchel. Tuchel won me a Champions League. I'm forever grateful. I will never slander this man, and I'll never try and rewrite his Chelsea. I think you will never hear it. So if you win me a league, same thing.
I think a lot of that has to do with Pep and Man City and the juggernaut that they are, and the money behind them. Look, I get we're starving or whatever, blah blah blah. But Pep Guardiola is
you don't allow this, man.
I'm gonna let him land. No,
I've made the just because of the one. Why are you listening to Saeed, man?
Oh,
You didn't hear my other points about Pep being the anomaly. Pep is the greatest coach. Man City are the richest team ever the Premier League's ever seen, and they've won, and it's a period of dominance like never seen before. So when we're talking about starving and other coaches and whatever, it's rightly so. If you're going to break this dominance of Pep, you have to be ultra special. Now, this is where I am with Turkish in terms of the days where Man United had Ferguson, the most money, buying the best players, yet Wenger still came in, Mourinho still came in and upset the apple cart. Only Klopp's remotely come close to upsetting the apple cart right now in this period. So you have to look at Pep Guardiola and what he's doing at City as opposed to underplaying or saying, oh, the rest of the managers and clubs are all trash. But I do get it. Teams should be doing better. Clubs should be doing better.
Oh, so where are your excuse? Okay, all right.
No excuse, man. It's reality, man. Anyone who breaks the dominance of Man City under Pep, I've said it, until Pep goes, look, if you continue the dominance, look, okay, here's we all here, and may God give us long lives so we can continue this conversation in years to come, okay? But if City continue the dominance without Pep Guardiola, then I will be proved totally wrong, and I'll be humble pie.
But we're not going to continue the dominance, are we? Like you're not going to. No manager's going to emulate what Pep Guardiola did.
That's my point. So when we're cussing or our clubs or respecting other clubs and coaches alike, we have to say that he's the anomaly.
Mm-hmm. No, it's
yeah,
true.
but he's the anomaly. But also there's a number of clubs now. It's become more and more common for clubs to adopt the instant gratification culture, which is what ultimately, accumulates hiring and firing situations. Like I said, one season a manager doesn't do well or goes through a real low point, they're not given the time to redeem themselves or to get back on top. Like on the grand scheme of things, I don't really think Poch deserved to be fired from Chelsea this summer. I really don't. You're talking about a coach here with a young team, a new team. Yes, of course, they were awful at times during the season. They showed a little bit of resurgence at the end. But at the end of the day, it was one season. It was one season. And they go and sack him because the progression we wanted wasn't there immediately. United have done that with managers. Tottenham have done that with managers. It's become too common now to go, oh, we didn't get what we wanted straight away. There's a lot of backlash online. Go and fire the guy. That's not City's fault.
I think we have to give more credit to pre-City before Pep as well. Obviously, Pep started the style from day dot, and like that was.
I'm saying, man. People think City didn't win before Pep.
This is what I'm saying. City had 2 Premier League titles and were very established at the top of the league with Yaya Tourés and David Silvas and Sergio Aguero's and companies. Like people need to stop doing this whole, City Pep. No, like City. You know what I mean? Like, no, City.
No, it wasn't close.
Matisse, let me make a bet with you, Matisse. Not with you. Let me make a bet with anybody who wants it. Yeah, when Pep leaves, whoever the next manager is, or the next manager, I don't care who it is, our club will still win a league post Pep before Man United win their next one.
Of course, I'm not going to make that bet. I'm not making that bet.
But no one. I don't think that's what's being. That's what's being.
I thought you did something there.
Yeah,
that's me saying that of course I believe Pep is an anomaly, but I have so much faith and trust in our infrastructure and the way the club has been built as an entirety outside of Pep Guardiola that whoever comes in next or after that will also be very successful.
I don't know about very successful because it's
very successful in comparison to what all of you've experienced in the last few years.
As long as we're here to talk about it, it's a topic of debate. We don't know. I'm with Toby.
Exactly. I don't think you can say for certain that whoever the
people
next
don't know how good Pep is, man. Once Pep's gone,
it's going to be very successful. I think one, you're doing Pep a disservice, and two, you're also neglecting to understand that Man City won't have it. Yes, with your infrastructure, fantastic. With everything behind the scenes, fantastic. But Pep lost out on a league title to Arsenal, or won a league title over Arsenal. Said that was a 2-point swing. Years gone by, Liverpool, you beat them by 1 point. Pep is the difference in these seasons, right? With no Pep, it's not cut and dry that the next manager comes in and makes that difference. It's not
mentally as well, because when they've been like. I'm not saying they've been shit, but there's moments where you've not won games. He's been the calming influence of like, now we got this. So Toby is right in that aspect, man. But
what did they win? Two titles in
service and giving credit to those who pulled the strings of the club. that
So
they'll
he-
ensure
100%.
whoever does
That
goes without saying,
Yeah.
though. That goes
But
without
hold on,
saying, though.
before Pep, it was 2
Yeah, but
titles
them
in the
strings,
last
you
in
know
the
what I
last
mean?
4
Them
years,
strings, we
right?
don't know about
Hold
them
on.
strings, innit?
Before Pep, it was two titles from the last 4 years before that, right? Wasn't it something like that, Hugh?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's inconceivable to say after Pep leaves, they could win 2 out of the next 4, which means you win some, you lose some, and it's not like, but they're there,
but
they're still there.
Yeah,
That
but
wasn't being.
those
That,
years-
again, that wasn't
those
what was
years
being
are the-
debated. He
those
said the
years
next
are the
manager that
real
comes in
ones
after
that they
Pep
can
will be very
invest against,
successful.
you know what I mean?
I don't think there's enough evidence to suggest that. Don't think there is.
I think there is. I think the fact that the club, even before Pep Guardiola, were capable of holding on to their best assets while continuing a linear trajectory in the infrastructure of the club and the growth of the club would suggest that any manager coming in is going to be given a right good platform at success.
It all
Absolutely.
depends on your
That's not
recruitment.
what I'm
Because
arguing.
your recruitment
Absolutely.
last summer, in my opinion, was very poor. And I think your existing quality and your manager got you over the line. Your recruitment. We all sat here and said, "Yo, Matis Nunes," or I did at least. Matis Nunes, what's going on here? Like, there's been some recruitment flaws recently. If those were to keep showing themselves, like this summer, you haven't really done too much. If you don't do anything, that would be like a little bit of a misstep, in my opinion. There's definitely some positions to improve. So if you keep having these kind of dodgy summers, which you haven't had much of prior to last summer, then that's where I think and plus the manager changes, that's where the playing field starts to really even out, because your recruitment prior was really strong.
But I've already said I don't believe the dominance that we're experiencing right now is going to continue. Like, you just listed off a load of leagues that we won by a point. I'm not saying we win all those leagues with a different manager, but I'm saying with a different manager, we're capable of winning at least 1 or 2. I absolutely believe that with the recruitment.
I don't think anybody's doubting that.
That's not what's being doubted. The point I'm making is
That's
that
what I said.
Yeah, no, you said the next manager, you said, I have no doubt the next manager that comes in will be very successful. And that's what I'm arguing. I'm saying I don't think it's cut and dry that the next manager that comes in will be very successful.
Okay, so what's your definition of very successful? Because maybe your definitions are different. Because I think Hughes is a couple of titles, in say two titles out of 5 is very successful.
My definition of very successful,
in comparison to the rest of us,
challenging consistently for the title, winning a couple here and there, and also being competitive in the cup competitions. My definition of very successful isn't winning 6 and 7 Premier Leagues that Pep Guardiola is doing right now. This is totally absurd what he's doing. My definition is that we will sustain at least the level of being consistent challengers for the Premier League.
Were Liverpool very successful under Klopp, would you say, Tobes?
Yes, I would.
So that was one title, right? So
they won the Champions
the next
League.
Manchester City manager could definitely.
They won the League Cup.
Yeah,
the next Manchester City manager could definitely do that in that time span, given the time and the.
Just look at.
Again,
Fergie.
I didn't say they couldn't. I said the guarantee that it will happen. I don't think you can say that. That's all I'm saying. I don't think you can say that.
The landscape.
You've got Arsenal breathing down Man City's neck right now, and you're telling me that it's guaranteed that the next manager that comes in post.
Who else apart from Arsenal is there?
Who knows? You say this, but you don't know.
Bro,
you don't
who knows, man?
No,
This
but
is what I'm saying,
if Pep does leave next summer, then we do know, because 1 year is not gonna, unless Arne Slot really hits the ground running and gets his recruitment right in the next 2 windows. No one here is gonna think Chelsea, Tottenham, or United will be challenging for the league in 25-26.
We will be there.
Chelsea.
Apart from Liverpool, I said. But look at Fergie. Fergie won what, 4 in 5 in the first Premier League years. 4 in 5 or 5 in 6. Then it was 4 in 7 against Wenger. Then it was 3 in 6 against Chelsea, Jose era and whatnot. But when you look at it, it's still dominant. It's still successful. So as much as Pep's won 6 in 7, if he goes on after City to win 3 in 6 and then 2 in 5. It's still a fucking dominant era when you put it all together.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if that will be the case. I don't know. I'm not even saying they can't do it. I'm praying to God they do it. I'm praying to God they do it, because I don't want the alternative to do it. I'm just saying. I don't think.
Will you ever be up there? Can you see?
I would love to. I would love to. But have you seen the way my club's moving? Have you seen the way my club's moving?
No. I was gonna say let's go to Spurs now.
Have you seen the way my club's moving?
Don't
talk to me about no Premier League title when I've got the likes of Timo Werner in the squad. Don't talk to me about no fucking Prem title. Timo. Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Mickey Moore. Mikey Moore.
He's cold. You lot can keep making your jokes. I'm telling you, he's cold.
I'm not joking, man. I'm not joking.
Man's calling him Mickey Moore, Mickey Mouse.
He's cold.
Grizz,
My
what do you
team-
do?
What do you mean? Do you see what my club's doing? What do you mean?
Bad
Do you
things.
mean?
They're not
Yeah,
saying-
like, what are they doing?
Nothing.
Nothing, maybe.
That's the problem. I said, don't talk to me about no league titles when my club's getting guys like Timo Werner, not signing anyone to displace any of our starters. It's dead, bro. Sorry, it's dead. Don't talk to me about no league title, please.
Is that on Levy again or?
Looking good, bruv.
Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is. Who else is it on? What do you mean? The manager said that he
I'm
wants
asking
players.
Andrew's
in the-
part to play in this, isn't it?
How?
I'm just asking. I'm curious.
No, it's Levy's fault. And said he wants a couple of players in before preseason starts. Preseason started. We've got the same Donny that we had last season on loan, who's crap. We've got Archie Gray, who's a kid, right? Talented kid, but he's a fucking kid. And then we signed this K-League winger who's not going to join until January. And oh, wait, he's another fucking kid. So whose fault is it?
Saeed, do you see the difference with Tottenham signing a kid and United signing a kid? Yeah.
Well, listen, you know what I mean? Archie Gray, no disrespect, but you know what I'm
You'd
saying?
be
It's-
if you signed
No
him, you'd have
disrespect,
your
what? He's one of the-
flag.
Archie Gray is one of the hottest prospects in England. And it's not enough.
yeah.
What are you talking about? What
I
are you
didn't
talking about?
I just said without no respect. I just said, yo, like Archie Gray come from the championship.
He's not
developed-
generational. He's not generational.
You know what I mean? But just you know what I mean? Like I didn't even say anything bad about him. I don't know why.
Archie Gray's gonna play minutes.
I've watched him in the championship. I rate him.
It's generational Gray.
It's crazy.
If the roles were reversed, yeah, and Euro had gone to Tottenham and Gray had gone to United, he'd be calling Gray generational.
100%.
We all know that.
Gray and Kobe Mino, generational.
100%.
That'll be a mad midfield. If we had
No, he'd be saying future generational, whatever the hell that means.
Do you know how many people? Saeed's, by the way, Saeed rates Wharton, right? Saeed rates Wharton high. Do you know how many people Do you know how many people have spoken to me and said Archie Gray is better than Wharton? Like, basically,
who said that? Leeds fans.
Not Leeds fans, Arsenal fans, Man United fans that have watched this guy, bro.
Bro, man, that's
I'm only,
crazy.
bro. Listen, I'm only speaking from what I've heard. I've not watched him, so I'm not gonna make that statement.
I don't want to compare them both, but I rate Wharton very highly.
Yeah,
If
and
you were to
and
give
that's
me
why I
Wharton-
said it.
if you were
That's
to give
why
me
I said it.
Wharton, I would take Wharton from you.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to pick Archie Gray. I'm
Why
saying
do you
you're
want to
saying you're laughing. You're laughing at Archie Gray.
Who laughed? Who
You
laughed?
did.
I
You
did.
just did. You just laughed.
No, you wasn't. Turkish. It was
You
the
just
fact.
laughed.
No, I wasn't laughing at that. It was the fact that Turkish made them comments. I was like, "What are you talking about, Turkish?" That was what I was laughing at. I wasn't laughing about Archie Gray. I think Archie Gray is a good footballer. That's it. Relax. Now he's not a baller. He's defensive now. You know what I mean?
Listen.
The Suma's out now. No more Madison talk. Now it's Archie Gray. Now you know what I'm saying?
No, it's not really because Archie Gray's 18 years old. I'm
Yeah,
not
you know.
stupid. I'm not going to be hanging my hopes on a fucking 18-year-old.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's gonna be a start. I think he's gonna be a start for you lot. I genuinely do.
I would hope so. At fucking 35 million, I would hope he's starting some games for Tottenham. Yes,
Yeah.
I would hope so.
And Madison, that'll be a midfield free.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Sorry.
Depends,
Sorry. for the
depends on
swearing.
how Basuma recovers from
Getting frustrated about
whatever the
Spurs.
hell that was
Sorry.
last year.
What about Solanke? Are you frustrated
That's
about
what I'm
that? You,
saying,
you
man.
seem all right with that.
No, I'm not frustrated about Solanke. The price is disgusting.
How much?
What's the price? What's the price?
Apparently, his release clause is like 50, 60, 65 million, which is a
You know
joke.
why it's not, innit?
So five
know what
million
I'm
more
saying?
than Richarlison.
You know why it's not,
Yeah.
people?
And I've recanted on Richarlison. I don't think we should have signed him. So
You know
now
why it's
what?
high? You know why the release was high? Because we've got 20%. Sell on the
Foul.
fee.
You lot of foul. This is what you're doing with our Cobham
That's how
stars.
we handle our business, brother. That's how
Disgusting.
Edwards is back.
Yeah,
Are you sending 10% to us?
I saw someone tweet about that the other day, so it makes sense. It makes sense.
You'd rather do it than not do it.
If that's who we're going for, get him in. Get him in. Like, I'm calm with it. I don't like the price. Not sure if he's going to be able to replicate 19 Premier League goals every season, but he looks a good player. He looks a good striker. So if that's really who they want to go for at this point, just bring him in. And if that's not who they want to go for, whoever it is that they want to pivot towards, do it quick. The season
You're not
starts.
interested in Eze as well, innit? Eze.
They've been interested.
That's
in
gone
him.
cold. That's gone cold. We've been interested.
They've
in
never bid.
It's gone cold. So whoever it is that we're going to sign as a striker, as long as they're good enough, just
Who do
get
you
them
want?
in now. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think Solanke is their level.
So I hate this whole level.
See, I
thing.
hate
I'm
you
not
when
gonna-
you react like this.
No. Listen,
I know.
I hate when you react like this.
I could smell it coming.
Can you So I'm not going to get into this debate.
No, you are. You are.
I'm not going to rise. I'm not going to rise to your statement. I'm going to talk about the signing. I haven't done it.
Guys, what's wrong with Solanke at Spurs? What's he talking about?
You would probably start United. I can't lie.
Bro, I literally just told you I'm calm with Solanke at Spurs. So what do you mean? What's wrong with Solanke? You came out with this nonsense statement about he's Tottenham's level. What the fuck does that even mean?
I think he starts with 3 things on this panel.
Bro, let me just tell you. I want to.
What did I say that you would disagree with?
You know what's mad? Do you know what's mad? Sorry. No, I'm gonna upset the apple cart here.
He's bitten.
He's Tottenham's level. He fucking starts at Liverpool. What do you mean he's Tottenham's level? He starts at Liverpool. He starts at Liverpool. Don't piss me off. He starts at Liverpool.
Oh shit.
I don't know what you're disagreeing with.
Oh, shit.
Because you're chatting rubbish. Don't say he's Tottenham's level when he starts at your club. He starts at Liverpool. Say it. He starts at Liverpool.
Oh shit.
Say it.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a striker you have at
Running
Liverpool.
your chicken ring out here, man.
No. Tell me a striker you have at Liverpool who starts over Solanke.
The gaslighter, man. I told
Tell
you,
me.
man.
No problem.
Can I just add?
No. Answer my question. Answer my question.
No. I prefer Jota over him.
He's not. Jota's not a better striker than Solanke. Stop it.
Lord have mercy.
Stop it, bro. Jota can't even trap a ball.
You made some wild calls on this show. I'm trying to save you.
Jota's a bag man.
I'm trying to save you.
But we're talking about a number 9.
I'm trying to save you. Stop.
We're talking about number 9. We're talking about a number 9. We're talking about a number 9, not just scoring goals. The other basic fundamentals, blinking play.
His head's gone.
Jota, Lord have mercy. Let me eat my chicken wing in peace.
You know what? Listen, I ain't gonna say too much because you called me crazy when I was saying this nonsense. When I was saying this about Nunes last season. Cool, don't worry. Jota. I'm bigging your team up and your club up.
Can I just add to this? I just want to, because you guys aren't, you don't seem to be aligned, right? Let me just explain this to you, Tobes. He doesn't respect your football club. That is it. Okay. When he says, no, I don't.
No, I get it.
But you're trying to come across from a caring.
Of course, I don't respect his football club.
There is zero respect for.
I agree, Matisse.
Okay,
I agree.
I just want to make that clear. I just want. Sometimes you just
who does? Why are you singling me out? Is it bullying?
No. Listen.
Who respects his club? Tell me who respects his club.
Grizz. You don't have to respect Tottenham. Right?
You keep saying Spurs level.
You don't have to respect Tottenham, but you making that statement with some of the crop of attackers that you've got in your team is actually hilarious.
Forget my team.
No, I'm not. That's why I had to laugh. Don't say forget my team. Your attack is busted. It's busted, bro. Outside of Mo Salah, your attack is busted. So don't talk about this level, that level. When you were screaming about these same attackers last season, your attack is dead.
Bang, 3 past you last game, wasn't it? Elliot, who scored 3-0, was it, or something like that? I don't know.
You're comparing okay. Our attack isn't good. Our attack isn't good.
Plus goals last season. I don't know, man.
Bro,
how many did you score?
Please, bro.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. You know what? I'm not gonna.
Why doesn't my phone come up?
Made your thing
Why
so
doesn't my
serious.
phone come up?
You know what? You've actually you've taken me there. So that's why I'm fuming. You've taken me there, and I'm angry for myself for biting.
Where's my special?
Really
I'm angry for you. I'm angry. I tried to save you. I said stop.
Because it's crazy that you are saying this when you're playing guys like Darwin Noodles up top, but it's fine. Cool. Don't worry. No problem. It's cool. I know our attack right now.
You owe me 2 meals. Do you want to make it a 3rd meal by saying Nunes will outscore Solanke?
What?
Are you ready to make it 3 meals that you owe me by winning the 3rd bet? I'm winning the 3rd bet. Nunes will outscore Solanke this season.
That's not what. Again, it's circumstantial.
People, where are we going here? Jota will outscore Solanke this season. Which one do you want? Pick your choose.
Wait, I'm not making. Why am I making? I'm
Choose
not
your weapon, broski. Jota or Nunes.
Bro, if Jota's not gonna play, take the bet.
Bro,
Tranquilo.
Just take the bet.
No, you can't compare Bournemouth's chance creation with Liverpool.
Just pump the brakes because you're just being an idiot. Now you're just being stupid. Just pump the brakes for a second, and let's just talk sensibly here. You made a disrespectful comment about our team. I rose to your level. Yes, you did. Everyone else agrees. Oh, fucking hell. Yes, you did.
Take the bet, man. Take the bet.
Yes, you did. And you know what? I don't even know where Solanke is going to play.
Disrespectful.
Okay.
by saying Solanke is about your level. How is that disrespectful?
No, because you know what?
It's not at your club. What do you mean?
No, but you know
It's
what?
Solanke world class, people. It's Solanke world class.
No, he's
Number
not.
one.
No,
Our Spurs world class.
no, we're not.
It's Solanke a top 6 team level striker?
Yeah.
Right now, yes, he probably
I'm
is.
bigging up Spurs by saying they're a top 6 team.
No, you're not.
Where's the disrespect, my brother?
No, you're not. And you doing this, you're actually insulting my intelligence.
You're
'cause
making
you
it
think,
worse.
Do you think I'm a moron or something? Do you
No,
think I'm
man.
gonna? Do you honestly believe that I'm gonna take what you said as a compliment?
No.
Do you think
That's
I'm
your
that
stupidity.
that I'm gonna
That's your
take what you said as a
stupidity.
compliment?
That's your stupidity.
No, it's not. The stupidity is you thinking I'm so stupid that I'm gonna take what you said as a compliment. That is stupid. So tell you what, that is actually just moronic. If you think I'm gonna listen to what you just said and take that as a compliment,
I broke
then
it down very
you're crazy.
simply in
You're
layman's terms. Is Dominic
You're
Solanke
crazy.
world-class striker? Our Spurs a world-class club. Is Dominic
Okay,
Solanke
okay.
a top half striker? Our
And
Spurs a
Liverpool
top half club.
and his
Where's the disingenuity?
check this out. Yeah,
Shit.
it's fine. It's all good.
Okay, it's
Grid.
fine.
It's all good. No, I'm not shaking your hand. It's all good. Don't worry. We're gonna see what's what.
Pastor
this
Toby.
season. Cool.
Pastor Tobes.
No, don't call me. Don't compare me to that guy.
Honestly, though.
Don't compare me to that guy. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah, no, don't do that, man.
it's
That
It's
was
cool.
some serious mental gymnastics, man.
it's cool. It's cool. Don't worry, Grizz.
I'm shaking your hand anyway.
Don't worry. We're gonna see what's what this season. Yeah. But back on the Dominic Solanke chat, right? He's a good striker. He's not my number one choice, but again, I don't really have number one choice because all the strikers currently, the striker market is muddied. You're having to pay 65, 75, 85 million pounds for guys who you don't even know are going to get you 1 and 2, let alone 2 and 3. You don't know. I don't know if Dominic Solanke comes to Tottenham and gets me 20 Premier League goals. But what I do know, if we do sign him, is he's going to get us goals, right? And he's going to bring all the other stuff. He's going to bring the link play. He's going to bring the pressing from the front. He's going to be able to hold off centre backs. He's got technical quality. And I can say the same for other strikers. I can say the same for like an Ivan Toney if he came to Tottenham, maybe with less pace, less aggression, right? I'm really relaxed on the profile striker that we're looking at. Where I'm not relaxed on is the fact that we still haven't signed a striker and the season starts. If you're telling me Dominic Solanke is the guy, go sign him. If you're telling me Tony's the guy, go sign him. These guys have technical quality, so I can lead with that. As long as you've got technical quality and you can get us some goals, I have to work with that now because that is just where we are in football now. Long gone are the days where I can get a striker close to Harry Kane's level at Spurs who's going to score 20 plus goals and do the link play and do everything else. It doesn't happen in football now, right?
What's the ceiling?
For who? For Solanke?
No, Spurs this season.
I thought it was try and get into 4th and try and win some trophies, but with the way we've gone on this window, I can't see that happening. This squad is not finishing top 4 right now, even with the talented young G's we have. It's not finishing top 4 because our attack is not.
Who's above you right now, aside from Arsenal, City, Liverpool?
Great
Aston Villa. I still think
you can't finish above Aston Villa.
Why? Why'd you say that? They finished above us last season. Yeah, we have.
See, when I'm being disrespectful, when I say something, it's disrespectful. Man's asking.
They got a better window than them, to be
Bro,
fair.
they've signed players. They've signed good
top
players.
players, man.
You've got good players, broski.
I didn't go Grizz.
I'm not gonna lie.
Read my lips.
Even West Ham,
Can
we
you
need to be
get the
careful.
man
You know?
stop
West Ham,
gaslighting
have
me?
some top players.
Stop gaslighting me, right?
Bro,
I didn't say we haven't got good players.
I can't win, man. I can't win.
We've got good players, but look at our attack. Look at that attack and stop telling me, oh yeah, you've got to finish above us. Why? With Brennan Johnson, with Werner, with Richarlison? Why?
I think we'll drop off this season, man. I
wouldn't give up if I was you. I wouldn't give up.
I'm not giving up. I'm waiting on signings. Give me the signings, then we'll talk.
Tottenham got a comfortably worse attack than West Ham.
Like, come
Villa,
on, what are we doing here?
Actually,
Yeah.
well,
If it was the midfield, like I think we've got a good midfield. We need another number 6, but we've got a good midfield. We've got some really good midfielders. We've got some good defenders. Our starting defense is good. Like we've got those players. But when you're in Europa League, when you're trying to win the League Cup, when you're trying to compete in the FA Cup and the Premier League, you need a squad. And right now, our squad isn't where I need it to be. And our attack, it makes me sick. I actually
look at
it makes me sick.
one comment there. Look at one comment there. They've lost Douglas Luiz and Diaby. Right,
Diaby, bro. Diaby was a non-entity for them last season. What?
No, they got
He was a non-entity.
Diaby did pop up.
Turkish. Diaby did next to nothing for like a good 6 months. Second half, back end of last season. What did he do?
Bro,
when they were winning games, it was Bailey.
Who needs to rise? Who needs to rise for you? Who needs to rise for you then? Because if you're not, it's a simple question.
Not a simple question.
Like,
I'll answer. Let me answer it.
No.
I know what you mean.
No, because what I mean, Matisse, is if no one's coming in,
then
the present guy's got a rise.
Yeah.
Now the present guys we're talking about is Kulusevski. We're talking about Richard. What's his name?
Richardson.
You know his name.
I'm sure I forgot his name. What's his name?
Richarlison.
Johnson.
Madison.
You know,
Madison.
Who's got a rise?
He does.
Basuma is another one. Basuma.
Absolutely.
These are. I've probably named all of the big ones that we actually rate. Because obviously, like Werner, I mean, come on, Brennan Johnson. I've been saying since they signed him. For me, that's not making any sense. He hasn't got any outstanding attributes. Who else is in that? Solomon. I think he signed on a free. I don't know. He was injured for large parts last season. Yeah. So I don't know what's going. Is he still there, Toes? Is he not there?
He's shit. Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, so I don't know this guy. Like, I'm just talking about the guys that actually have some sort of ability to raise their level to a level that will actually make a difference at Tottenham. Those are the guys that we just named there. For me, they have
also the fullbacks, Matisse, man. Did he
no, the fullbacks were good last year. I think the fullbacks were good.
Backups. One injury, and bro, they're finished, bro.
But this is the point I'm making about the squad, right? Like, if man want to talk about our 11, yeah, sure, our 11 is really good. Outside of the attack, our 11 is really good. Our 11, I'll confidently say our midfield and our defense. If I'm talking about starting, I'll say our starting defense is better than West Ham's, better than Aston Villa's, better than United's, better than all these teams, apart from the top three. I'll say that. But unfortunately, our starting 11 in the midfield and defense is not going to be the team that plays every week. It's not going to be the team that plays on Sunday, then Thursday, then Sunday, then Tuesday, then Saturday, then Wednesday. It's not. Unfortunately, we need to rotate the team. And when we rotate the team, you've seen what happens. Players come into the team and they don't perform. They do not perform.
Yeah.
Destiny Udogie is injured right now, currently, and our backup left back is still Ben Davies. Ben Davies.
That brother's been there for like 10 years, man.
Left centre back.
He has more than nothing.
Left centre back. Van der Ven picks up another injury. We're back to playing Ben Davies then. I think right centre back, we're covered. We got Romero, we got Dragusin. Right back, I actually think we're kind of covered now because Jed Spence is impressed in pre-season. I'm more than happy to give Jed Spence another chance. Happy.
Where's oh, you sold Emerson Royale. Yeah, you sold him. Yeah.
He's on the verge of being sold. So for me, it's clear. It's clear. We need a number 6, not signed. We need a left centre back, not signed. We need a left back, not signed. We need an entire new front line, which I know is unrealistic this window, but at least you should have been signing two permanent attackers. Not happened. The only attacker we've got is Timo Werner. That's dead.
You need a striker.
I'm not going to come here and tell you, oh yeah, we're going to finish top 4 next season. I don't believe it because of the business we've done. I don't believe we're going to finish top 4 next season.
If you do,
why don't you think
if you do, Chelsea fucked up massively. If it's not us and you're in there, and Man United again have fucked up as well. If it's you in there, not them.
What do you mean? Sorry, I didn't get the first part.
If you make it and Chelsea and Man United don't, then you're taking their spot, which I'm assuming because I'm gonna just put Liverpool in there right now, right? Obviously, then those two clubs are fucked up massively.
Well, you think you're significantly better than Tottenham to get top 4 more than them?
I think Chelsea have got to. If Chelsea can keep their players fit from last season, like your Lavias, your Nkukus, Chelsea should be in there. Reece James, Chelsea have to be in there. I don't think it should even be optional. The only reason why it's a discussion is because it's the manager's first season. Is it entirely fair to expect him to 100% make it? And if he doesn't, he gets sacked. The conversation we just had before about giving managers time. I don't think it's fair on the manager. However, if we're talking about the actual club and the amount of money that's been outlaid on the playing squad, you have to be in there. It's non-negotiable. For Chelsea, hierarchy, board of directors, player recruitment strategy, you have to be in top 4. It's not something
I
I'm
agree.
not even
Agree.
juggling
It
with,
should be the
with the
minimum.
option of Europa League. You have to be in top 4. I say it so seriously, because if you're not, then there needs to be massive conversations over recruitment and the strategy in general. If there isn't already, there should already be that conversation. But for some, it's not fair, or the manager Pochettino last season, for fine. Pochettino's not here anymore. They've selected their manager. This is the guy they have said is their guy in terms of the playing style, in terms of the way that he will, see the game, manage the players. They've had to do their due diligence for the second time. Okay, cool. We didn't work with Poch. This time, you've done your due diligence. You've selected someone left field that nobody had on the shortlist for Chelsea last season when we were looking at new managers. No Chelsea fan said, the Leicester manager, bring this guy. He doesn't have the Lampard, Derby County intangibles, and it's a massive, fast track to Leicester to Chelsea. So you've made that decision. It's a left field one. It's a brave one. I'll give you that. It's a brave one. Fair play. You got a set of bollocks, that's for sure. Like, you're brave. You're happy to go against the grain and not pander to the big names and get this guy, Simeone, Allegri. Cool, but it has to work. It has to work. You have to achieve something. So yeah, for me, very, very much non-negotiable. You have to be in top 4.
No, I take that on board
from a hierarchy
based on what you've spent. I take that on board that the pressure should come with what you spent, but you also have to be realistic. I don't think your squad is as clear of Tottenham's as you might think it is. You have 3 or 4 quality players. That's it.
It isn't. It's. I would say they have a. I would say they have a better squad. If I take
definitely have a better squad.
I think the Chelsea Tottenham combined 11 are pretty even.
I'll start 11. Go on.
I think depth-wise, it shouldn't even be a conversation. Can't be a conversation.
Yeah, depth-wise,
no way.
I think they do have better depth, but even their depth, some of those players flatter to deceive. I think, but yes, I agree. Chelsea should be finishing in the top 4. They should, but again, I'm not sure if they will. I'm not sure if they will.
It's not guaranteed.
It should be.
As for them finishing above us, it could happen, but we could also finish above them.
But the fact that you can say that, and we can all agree that that's a possibility, is poor from our part, because that shouldn't be a conversation. A very malnourished, lack of recruitment going on at Tottenham in terms of their forward line, and us with everything that we've put into this team, that shouldn't even be a conversation. That dialogue shouldn't even be taking place. That's what I'm trying to say.
Says a lot about Chelsea.
So I agree with you that it's like top 4, maybe not, depending on many factors, but that's not good. That shouldn't even be a thing. But like I said, we have to be there. We have to be there.
Yeah. Have to. You know what? I'm going to save the super chats, people, for the end of the show, because obviously we've covered various clubs already. So yeah, I'll get them in at the end. So rest assured, they're still here. Who haven't we discussed? United, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, City. We touched in on, but there isn't much. So yeah, Arsenal really well. There's Alvarez as well. Maybe that joins this conversation because people are trying to link it together. Not that I think that will be a reality, but yeah, Arsenal. Calafiori done. Emil Smith-Rowe out. Marino looks like he'll be the next one through, if rumors are to be believed, and that's it at the moment. Eddie and Nketiah bid rejected as well, which was mad to me. But if we get the full fee, then so be it. Well done to them. If we don't, and we hold on to him for another year, yeah, it's not looking good. But am I happy with the transfer window? I'm not going to say I'm ecstatic with Calafiori because I didn't expect us to be going in heavy on another defender. And by heavy, I mean 40 mil is quite a big outlay. But he looks a good player. He's 22 or 23. He's a unit, left-footed. Listen, is he left-footed? He's not left-footed, is he?
Who?
Calafiori.
Yeah, he's left-footed. Left-footed. So he looks like he plays ball. It looks like he's got that rough Italian side of defending to him as well, which will be a good balance to it. But I'm just basing off minutes more than anything else. We need to add a midfielder. We need to add a forward. Marino, I like him. I mentioned him maybe a year ago as an option. So yeah, bring him in, but it's the forward that I really think we're lacking. And listen, we scored goals. We've scored goals the last 2 seasons, so people will argue that we don't necessarily need it. But I just think a bit of star quality is needed in the side, and star quality in the forward line is probably the best place to have star quality in. By that I mean someone that just comes in exciting, he pushes, pushes the striker or pushes the wingers, because I'm not saying out and out we need a striker now. I've been saying that for time, but like I refer back to earlier, and Arteta signed many different players that I didn't think we needed at the time, wasn't good enough at the time, but he's managed to make it work. So as much as I want a striker, if we get a left winger in like a Nico Williams, even though that's kind of dying out now, then so be it. I just think we need Saturn, and I think we need to win the league this season. So whatever gets done in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, or however long is left, just under 4 weeks, it has to lead to us. You know, we have to win the title, man. We have to. That's just how I feel this season.
I think your favourites.
You must.
No, I wouldn't say not yet, because we haven't had a great transfer window to say we've surpassed.
Neither of City. Neither of City.
Yeah,
Neither
but they're
of
ahead
City.
of us.
I hear that, but I think your trajectory naturally should be now 3rd time's the charm. Whereas City, I feel like City. I mean, the FA Cup final was rough to watch for everyone. I'm sure Hugh didn't mind, because as much as Man United won that, they didn't stop the treble.
They didn't mind.
So it didn't really.
Remember
It wasn't really mission complete in Manchester, I'll be honest. But in terms of Man City, I feel like naturally now there should be a drop off, not like a big one, maybe an 85-point season, which is still a great season, but just naturally, where is that extra hunger, extra desire? I mean, if they do it, it's ridiculous again. It's like we didn't even know a 4-peat, let alone a 5-peat. But just naturally, I expect City to have an off season where maybe it is an Arsenal now instead of a Liverpool with Klopp, who blew it away, and Man City way off the pace that season. If Arsenal get off to a strong start, I just don't know if there's that same bite back to say, right, we're going and getting it again. With the lack of recruitment, with some of the performances we saw from City players last season, where we were like, you guys ain't really at your best. Like De Bruyne, extra year, shouldn't really be playing at a higher level than we've seen previously. We haven't seen enough from Grealish, right? Doku's still young, still learning his trade. Alvarez could be leaving. Ederson could be leaving. They haven't replaced Gundogan. They still haven't replaced Mahrez. Like, Man City's team is not the juggernaut that it once was. It's the manager, for me, that is still the guy that is giving that extra push to just push them over the line. But with everything that you guys have built now, and I say this from a place of pain, you should be winning the league. I agree with you. And I make you favorites to win it, because what left is there for you guys to prove? Now you've just got to go and do it. You've been in 2 title races. Both times now you're on an upward trajectory. You were close, and then you were really, really close. And now after really, really close, there's nothing more than just winning it. Like, it's over. That's all there is left. So if you don't do it, I agree with you. You'd be massively disappointed. But I also think you would have failed this season if you don't win it. Outrightly, you would have failed, because you're ready to be champions.
I think we're up there now in terms of, I mean, the expectation is to win the league. Listen, being favourites is a feeling, so I can't tell you how you feel. For me, we haven't done enough yet, even though I agree with what you're saying about the one thing that knocks me in terms of agreeing with you, but there's a caveat. End of last season, after we lost to Villa, I said, if we win all of our games, we're going to win the league, because I truly believe City would drop points in one, because they've been winning everything left, right, and centre for years. I thought, surely one game they slip up. That was my first moment. Like, GRIZZ has had these moments many years in, year out, so he knows what it's about. This was my first moment being in it with them, and they were relentless. They got the job done week in, week out. So yes, I agree. It looks like the trajectory for them and us are slightly different. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go and have a strong start to the season this time, where usually they have a slow start and they get stronger. City are just I feel like if we was to get a Nico Williams in, like last season from the transfer window, even though we signed Kai, I knew we'd done enough. And my expectation was the bare minimum we challenge. We take it to the last few weeks, if not the last week. So far in this window, it hasn't given me that. But you're right. If I don't look at the window and just look at the squads, the trajectory, how young we are, some of their older players may be, less reliable. They've lost a few. Then, I get that. The start of the season will say a lot, because my problem with the transfer window is our first 5 games, there's 3 away. I think it's Aston Villa, Tottenham, Man City. That's 3 of the top 5 toughest away games in the league. So if we can get past those 5 in a strong place, then obviously we're in a very good position even early on. But I feel like the transfer window still hasn't given me that buzz for the season yet.
But just to add, sorry.
What is it you want then? What is it you look? Because I look at your squad and it's pretty much strong, like I said.
He said
in
he's
the-
with star power.
Like I said in the fan cam, yeah, the other day in America, yeah, because I see 2 players in each position, right? You're bringing in Mourinho, who's a European champion as well for his national team, and he's a very, very good player, right? So your midfield looking stacked now. Your back defense, your back 4 is definitely looking stacked. Wide men, okay, Saka replacement, you could probably say. Trossard is the replacement for both, kind of thing, isn't he? He like covers both really.
You don't play right wing.
You need is it a
Jesus
striker?
right.
Is it a striker? Do you need a gunman like proper, or do you need a wide inverted type striker? What's your one that's gonna make you think we're ready to cook? We're ready now. Because I think you're ready, but I know what you mean. There's something X factor. Which one is
Gunmen are no longer strictly number 9s now. That's why, yeah, I get caught up in the OG way, and you know, I want a striker because I want more goals. But nowadays, gunmen come from the wing as well. So what I think is we need a star in the forward line, a star that will push. If it's not a striker, then it's someone that can push both Martinelli and Saka potentially. But based off of last season and the risk level, I'd probably lean more towards a left side now than I would have a right side backup for Saka or a rotation option for Saka. So I think I think even you say midfield stacked, it's not. We got Rice and Jorginho for the 6. If Marino comes in for the 8, we've got Marino, and I don't want to say Havertz because Havertz for me is not an 8. So in the 8, we've got a bit of a problem. Smith Rowe's gone out, Marino's coming cool. The 10 behind Odegaard, Vieira, not good enough. So
But you still got Partey, you know?
Oh yeah, Partey. Sorry, I forgot.
Partey when Partey was with Rice.
He's injured so much. Yeah. Actually, yeah. But again, I eliminate like Partey and Jesus from my mind because I don't want to I'm not.
They're not reliable.
If they surprise me, they surprise me. But I can't rely on them again. Like we've done this far too often. With
Nwaneri, man, might be integrated this season.
Nwaneri, integrate him. Carabao Cup minutes when we're 2-0 up.
This is the thing.
You got better depth than City at 6. Because if Rodri goes, City are fucked in midfield. Like there's nobody there. Literally no one. Phillips, I know he played last night, but Phillips, you can't be relying upon him. So City's got even. Yeah, but Kovacic is not a 6. So
like Rodri is
played well in 6 for us last season.
He's a unit, isn't he? He doesn't really miss many games unless he's suspended.
But yeah, I feel like they're playing with fate on that one. Too much. They're playing too much.
So do we though, because don't get it twisted. Jorginho steps in and does well, but if anything happens to Rice and we need to rely on Jorginho, please no. Like it's one thing. It's one thing stepping in and showing up. It's another thing starting and being relied upon. So yes, some of these men in depth for us. They come in and do a job. Like, I don't want to rely on Trossard starting 30 games for us if something happened to our forward line. Equally, I don't want to rely on Jorginho starting 30 games if something happened in midfield. So, yes, you got players who can step in. But, yeah, I mean, I still need that buzz. Listen, the season's a couple of weeks away. It does look like we'll have Marino in before that. And I like Marino. Grizz, I like him. I do like him. I think he's a good profile for us. But, again, I don't know, man. The attack for me just...
I think it's Nwaneri. How you say his name? Nwaneri.
Not for me because I don't want to listen. You don't close the gap on Man City, bringing in a 17-year-old and giving him more minutes. I don't care who he is. He can be your ma. Yeah, you don't catch up to Man City bringing in a 17-year-old. He needs to come in under the radar. And I know a lot of Arsenal. And I said this on. Did I say this on Twitter? I said this somewhere anyway. Let's not forget, like when we was actually, challenging for titles off the back of moving into Emirates, maybe 08, 09. Let's not forget what Fabregas said. Let's not do the same thing with young players now. Yes, we'd love Haaland players to come through. Yes, the story's beautiful, but we've got the second youngest side in the league for the last 2 years. Yeah. Fabregas said a lot of the burden was on his shoulders back then. Like, I don't want any risks like that with Nwaneri. There's a balance to it, give him minutes, but I'm not talking about him now in terms of him having an impact on a title challenging season or just leave him to do what he can do. 2-0 up, 3-0 up, bring him on. But really, if we're in a position where it's 0-0 and we're bringing him on, I think that's a failure because he cannot be relied upon. We need to give him a nice, easy path, a smooth path. We cannot need him in vital games or situations where we need 2 points because it's 0-0 in the 87th minute. Like, I don't want none of that with Nwaneri, but I know how social media is now. Especially now, like I said, this summer in particular with Yamal, with some of the fees on 18-year-olds, with some of the hype around 15, 16-year-olds, the focus is very much on young players and the pressure is very much on young players because the market of 26 to 28-year-olds is not really great. I don't want Nanieri to fall. Like, why would I'd be hypocritical saying to Saeed, how you hyping up Euro? And then me going to say Nanieri. Nah, he's 17. He looks a gem, but we're challenging for league titles. Please, let's not mention his name too much.
I agree.
Fair enough.
That's how
I
I
think it's
see
just
it.
mentality for
I'm with
Arsenal.
you.
I think Arsenal
with
have a
you.
league-winning squad already. I think the quality is already there to win the squad. I think it's just mentality for Arsenal. Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
fully with you on that
I don't
one.
think you need to make any major signings to boost you to the level that's going to pip us. I think it's just mentality.
I don't think they need to, but
I'm
if
not
they
gonna lie,
do,
I think they do.
Oh,
need
I mean,
more.
wait, what do they have less depth than us? Do they have what's the
It's
difference?
not-
They're talking about Saka
not even
backups,
the-
and like who plays right wing for us normally? Bernardo Silva, who's a midfielder. After that, you're looking at Oscar Bob, another young player with minimum experience. Savio never played in the Premier League. Jeremy Doku, 1 season, clearly cutting his teeth, and Jack Grealish. It's not as if we're stacked with gunmen on the wing. We don't have Mahrez no more. We don't have these kind of players, and yet we still win the league. Why?
You have
Because I
quality
believe
depth,
City
though.
have the mentality.
you're doing what?
You take Rodri out, we have no backup. You take Kevin De Bruyne out, there's no major backup. You take Phil Foden out, there's no major backup. Other than our
again,
starting
I think
11, there's no real big hitters for us anymore.
Apart from the back, yeah, I agree.
It's true,
Apart
you
from
know.
the
It's
defense.
not, that's not the. I don't think that's. If I was an Arsenal fan, that's not the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as what do we need to do to make ourselves better, right?
Yeah, I get that. But he's saying they're there already. What Turkish
I
wants
think
is
they're ready.
guarantee-
I think
guarantee,
quality wise, Arsenal have a league-winning squad. It's just about adjusting the noggin.
I agree.
I don't know. They do have a league-winning squad, and I get your point on the mentality shift, absolutely. But I also think that you need that stardust, that little sprinkle for a player that can get you over the edge as well. The Saka thing, it's a real thing. They bleed Bukayo Saka dry every season. We're in the 3rd season now. They still don't have someone to actually take the burden off Bukayo Saka, right? And then when you look at their attack, Bukayo Saka is the only, I think he's the only ultra consistent difference maker in that front line. And
Who takes the burden off Phil Foden? Who takes the burden off Rodri? You know what I mean?
But Hugh, again, respectfully, you have more game changers than Arsenal. Arsenal may have a title-winning team, but Man City have more players capable of just winning a game like that more than Arsenal. They do. Arsenal don't have that, not to the level that you do. So yes, you can talk about your Dokus, etc., and we can talk about even how Kevin De Bruyne was fading physically. But did Kevin De Bruyne not come into your team and start winning you games like that? Was Phil Foden not doing that for you in the second half of the season?
De Bruyne didn't.
Yes,
De Bruyne
he
was actually quite poor towards the very end of the season. If I'm
not talking about the end. I'm saying when he came back from injury, did he not start winning you games like that? Yeah, he had
the Newcastle game. Came on as a sub. Most games he started, De Bruyne.
Even Alvarez,
he wasn't amazing.
I'm not even just talking about De Bruyne. I'm saying that Man City have more players capable of winning games than Arsenal. They do have that. I don't think Arsenal have as many game winners as Man City.
Well, they have Saka, they have Odegaard, they have Rice, they have Havertz. These are all players who have been clutch at times last season. All these players have had clutch moments last season. No,
Tobes, do you know why this balances out? For what Man City might have in more.
I agree with you.
For what they might have in more game changes, Arsenal have way more in reliability, fitness wise. Haaland, De Bruyne, these guys can go any moment, and next thing you know, they're out for weeks. Arsenal don't really have many injury-prone players, in my opinion, that I'm seeing in that team. That are key players, by the way. I'm not talking about your fringe, or your rotators. I'm talking about key spine players.
Man. I think it's.
I'm not disputing it. I think Arsenal definitely have a league-winning squad at the moment. But I'm saying if the competition is Man City, and I'm looking at the minor differences that Arsenal can make to this team, it's the attack. It's the attack. You've bolstered the defense. You're bringing in Marino in the midfield, right? In the attack now try and make up that margin there as well.
Yeah, well, I could say the exact same thing. We're about to lose Julian Alvarez. Let me land with this. We're about to lose Julian Alvarez next week, more than likely, who's our backup midfielder and backup striker. Okay, and if you're talking about our attack, we're looking at Haaland, we're looking at Grealish, we're looking at Doku, Savio. Other than Haaland, none of them are prolific goal scorers. None of them. So we could boost our wingers We can go and say we need Nico Williams too. We need to go and get that Stardust in the wing too.
Phil Foden just came off his
midfielder. Phil Foden's a midfielder.
Phil Foden is Odegaard to them, numbers wise.
Yeah. Foden's our main man in attacking midfield.
Odegaard.
Numbers wise, Odegaard had one of the best midfield seasons, no penalties. Yes, numbers. If you're talking about goals, both of them are basically
Oscar Bob. You forget him.
That's not someone to say Foden's going to be our goal scorer, in my opinion. He's talking about front line, which is exactly what Turkish is talking about. Front line.
Yeah, but
front three.
You can't tell me you just mentioned
Alvarez. Are Man City really going to let Alvarez go and not sign anyone?
They might.
Yeah, we've done that before. We let Aguero go, didn't sign anyone. We let Company go, didn't sign anyone. Of course we could.
But I think Man City can get away with that.
If that happens, that's wild.
Can't see that.
That's wild. Then I'll definitely make Arsenal favourites. But I expect
losing Alvarez.
If they don't replace him, like you were saying, but I'm expecting Man City to replace him. Now, depending on the replacement, we'll make our predictions for the Premier League season. I reckon
there won't be a replacement. I'll put money on there won't be a replacement.
Wow.
I don't think there will be. I don't think there will be.
Can I? If there's no replacement, who's your second striker?
They'll play like a false nine.
We go false nine. We go false nine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Trust me, man.
No, I've seen this script with City so many times.
It might be Savio. Really
Savio has never played through the middle. He's never played through the middle.
No, what I mean attacker. I don't mean position for position. I mean attacker. You brought in Savio, didn't you? Without letting anyone go.
They'll play Phil Foden, man. And then just
he won't. He'll play Bernardo or De Bruyne or someone in false nine, which we've seen. Like in the 21 season, we saw like 8 different players play at false nine at times. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna do that. Pep's happy to take these risks, and we're not the kind of club to go out and just buy someone in kind of panic state, or at least we don't do it very regularly. If we don't feel the right option is there for us, Pep's happy to go with no option.
100%.
Yeah. Oscar Bob. I'm looking forward to seeing Oscar Bob.
Oscar Bob looks amazing, man. He looks amazing.
He did. He was brilliant.
As I would say the exact same. I would say the same about Oscar Bob as I said about Doku last season. As I would say about Yoro. These are all young kids. These are all young lads who aren't. You can't say, wow, Oscar Bob cooked in preseason. Now let's go throw him out in the Emirates and expect him to go and cook up Ben White or Calafiori or someone. That's not fair on the kid.
Tell him about the Somali baller, man. Tell him about the Somali baller, man.
He's on trial. We're not allowed to talk about him.
I agree. I'm not with this notion. Talented teenagers, no matter how talented you are, I don't think it should be the responsibility of like 17, 18-year-olds to come in and start carrying.
You know what makes me laugh, Dotto? Even when I said the thing about Ranieri, there was at least 4 comments saying he's ready. How the fuck do you know? He's like, what are you fucking talking about?
We have
I said to one play him anyway, man.
We have this as well with
Nico O'Reilly. Yeah, Nico O'Reilly come through our academy. He's a really top academy level player. Yeah, and he did really well in preseason. And there's loads of City fans been like, "There's our Rodri backup." Bro, are you mad? What are you talking about? A kid, a little kid, is meant to be Rodri backup, bro.
That's not the same situation, though. Replacing Rodri versus getting Nwaneri in that midfield.
Well, who would Nwaneri replace if he was to play for Arsenal?
I'm not saying he's a replacement, but he could get more minutes, though. I reckon.
I think Turkey said that, though.
If you're saying he's ready, it means you can go and rely on him in the Premier League.
I think there's a difference between giving a kid minutes. You can, I would expect Nwaneri to play maybe some League Cup matches, get a couple Premier League minutes, etc., etc.
I think he's going to be the breakout star of this season in terms of not star like regular games, but in the game, like he's going to be like the Oscar Bob of last season, for example. Everyone stood up and noticed Oscar Bob in the few games.
My one,
Oscar Bob was one of those standouts. Yeah.
You forgot someone else that destroyed him in the league and that.
People noticed Oscar Bob last season.
I don't know how many games did Oscar Bob play.
He didn't mention the other player, but yeah.
Scored that goal at Newcastle.
Very few. But people recognize
he knows
the talent.
You can see it.
Yeah,
and where is Nwaneri is going to be a talent. I think he's a superstar in the making. Yeah. I haven't called him come outside Saliba and shit. Like
No. I'm just saying you forgot someone else that had a breakthrough last season.
Kobe Mainu. Fair play.
Yeah, thank you.
That's what I would call a breakout in terms of minutes played and responsibility.
Yes,
that's what I would call a breakout.
Fair play. Kobe Mainu, Mickey Moore.
He's good player.
I can't wait for these young guys. Laugh for you.
Next season, Elliot breakout season, man. Come on, let's do this.
Bro,
Don't
it's
do
like
that.
25.
Never.
How old is he?
We're still waiting on
25 breakout
Curtis, we're
season.
still waiting on Curtis Jones breakout season.
How old is he, man? How old is he? These guys now, man. 25 and that's
no.
crazy.
Is that coming anytime soon?
Guys,
or-
can you
These guys are only 19 years old.
Guys,
though,
can
to
you
be fair.
please speak nicely? I interviewed these people. Yeah, please. Yeah, Fabio.
Hey, come on.
When I tell
Yeah,
you,
man.
when I tell you, I will be watching Liverpool with a microscopic lens this season. I
You don't
swear.
need to.
But Ipswich
Remember,
Town,
remember he was defending
It's
Trent in the
Town.
Euro.
I
He was a young
will be
player.
watching
He's 25, man.
every
He's 25.
single-
This guy's not young, man.
Trust me.
Bro, Ipswich Town, 12:30 kickoff. Under the lights. Is it Portman Road, is it? Bro, we will be there.
Cool. We have such 2 hours, surprisingly, but it is our first show back after a couple
Come
weeks
on.
away. So make sure you hit the like button. I think have we touched 1,000? Let me just check. Yeah, we passed 1,000. If we can make it 2,000, there's still 3.6k in the building. Let's make it 2,000 people. I've saved the super chats. Just an update. We will be back Thursday to preview the Community Shield. We'll be back Sunday after that to review the Community Shield, and we'll be back Wednesday before the league season starts, before United kick off with Fulham on that Friday. Kickoff. Yes, United Fulham minute Friday.
Yeah, Friday, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's the update.
Focus, brother.
Thursday,
Focus.
Sunday, Wednesday.
Don't worry, brother. This guy does no show after. You know the ones there. We got away all the way to Monday. You know the ones there.
12:30 under the lights.
Let me get the super chat up.
This season gonna be wild west, yeah.
Boy, this season now.
No,
Boy.
don't tell me that's a 12:30 kickoff. Oh my
Yeah.
days.
Boy.
United.
Saeed, you actually kill me.
No, United's a 7:30, 8 o'clock kickoff on Friday.
Yeah, but you said Liverpool under the lights. It's gonna be
Right
lunchtime.
under the lights.
You get what I'm trying to say, though, with it, man. You know
What?
what I mean? It's not
It's
like
gonna-
it's not
It's
like
gonna be
everyone.
lunchtime, brother. It's
But you
gonna
get
be.
what I'm trying to say. You
It's gonna
get
be
what I'm trying to say.
under the sun. You know
Under
what I
the
mean?
sun, you know what it is, 12:30. You know what I mean? It's just one of them, man. You know
Under
what I'm
the
saying?
sun.
Under the sun. There you go.
Under the sun.
Cool.
Wow.
Super chats while you hit the like button, people. Shake said, Mr. Big Six Show and the vlogs by Saeed and Matisse were very entertaining indeed. Love all of you and the entertainment you give each and every time. 100%. If you haven't watched the vlogs, go over to Saeed and Matisse's channel. They have vlogged. But we're also bringing out our own one on this channel. But while you wait for that, go support the Mandem. They've been feeding the streets while we're in LA. Jazzy Jeff has a free part. He says part 1 of 3. I'll finish the 3 parts before whoever it's direct. Well, it must be Hugh. Part 1 of 3. Terry, Rio, Adams, Pallister, Desai, Stam, King, Carvalho, Carragher, Irwin, Vidic, Company, Cole. Is Stones above anyone and why?
He's above Carragher.
Stones injury records 23, 24, 12 games missed, 22, 23, 13 missed, 19, 20, 18 missed, 17, 18, 17 missed. Does availability matter? 40 rolls.
What kind
Roy.
of hate train is this?
And part 3, Hughie, you mentioned a lot Stones and the treble. Can you speak on his direct contribution, i.e. games and man of the matches? Get Hughie on the big screen. Let him talk.
Jesus Christ.
Where the hell has this come from?
I think we had this conversation. Was it before we went to?
Oh, no one mentioned
LA,
John
sorry?
Stones today, man. Jazzy Jeff.
No. We had this conversation a while back.
Jazzy
yeah.
Jeff
we
keeps
did.
receipts. He
Certain
keeps receipts.
players on this show have their place in terms
Trigger-
of
the trigger moment.
Yeah.
common conversation.
There's
Stones
certain
is one
names,
of them.
Yeah, there's certain names that triggers.
Mm.
Yeah.
Grealish, Stones, Pogba.
Pogba.
There's some,
Yeah,
that's,
man.
yeah.
So what's it like?
Pogba's been mentioned too much, man. He needs to retire on
Way
this
too
show,
much.
man. You know what I
Way too
mean?
much.
You see the profile picture he has there? That's what he looks like as he's typing that comment.
Wow.
Nah, but I mean, Huey, I think we can tell you're not really you're not backing Stones like you used to.
Oh, I am, yeah. I think he starts for any of us.
Any of these teams on his panel?
Any of our teams right now, I think he starts for. Yeah, his injury record's not great, but I still think when he's fit, I think he played well at the Euros. I think when he's fit and he's sharp and he's healthy, I think he's the best centre half in England.
In England,
Yeah.
what do you
As
mean?
in the England team? Or
No, in the Premier League.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
you're
Man
smoking.
said, I didn't stutter.
It must be
Uh,
I wouldn't have him over Saliba.
When John Stone's healthy,
At the start of the
he's
show,
better
what did you
than
say about the pharmacies and Hughie abusing him as well?
Van Dijk, Saliba, Gabriel.
Yeah, he's better than both of them. Better than both of them.
Sure he is. Yeah.
I do
he
think
is.
he's a top centre back, but bro, like,
Sorry.
nah.
Bro, he's just not
mean-
fit, man. That's the problem. That's what it is.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I think
I'm sure.
you should.
Fitness
as
is
long
why
as you-
he's not.
I think
Fitness is
I
the
think-
only thing stopping him from being better than Van Dijk.
Bro, you show me where Saliba and Gabriel went from centre back into midfield and won a treble.
Oh, bro.
Come on, man.
Bruh,
As long as you-
bruh.
as long- as long as you-
man,
as long as you spend time respecting Reece James this season, then that's fine. Your logic, but
He's
it's not-
who, man? He's a janitor now.
Okay, then no problem, no problem. Then you saw the stats that Jazzy Jeff gave you, so you hold that.
I don't. But guys, why are we making this out to be an injury thing? Even if you played 38 out of 38, he's not better than Saliba. He's not better than Van Dijk.
Yes, he is.
He's
Yes,
not.
he is.
No, he
Yeah,
isn't.
Van Dijk right now,
No, he
yes.
isn't.
Van Dijk a couple of years ago, no. But Van Dijk right now, yes.
Bruh.
What do you mean Van Dijk right now? Yes. Did you not watch Van Dijk?
Van
for
Dijk
most
is
of
just
last
not the
season?
powerhouse he used to be.
And
Still
Stones
brilliant,
is
still
Stones is the
brilliant.
big dog now. Yeah.
Well, Stones is still capable of being fit and healthy and playing well, as he's
I
shown.
think you know what it is though. You have to kind of almost have like be very objective because I feel like we're now disrespecting Stones now, but it's not. Like, I just think Saliba and for me Van Dijk are better centre backs than Stones. But Stones is a top centre back, guys. Man.
Oh,
Let's
no,
not do
what
this.
is he?
what
Yeah.
what has Saliba done to
He
earn
said-
this
he
kind
said
of
he's the
credit?
best
Yeah,
centre back in England.
Saliba's a top centre back.
Also, we're saying right now as well, like Stones for me
No,
is
he literally said Stones is the best centre half in England right now. That's what he said.
Yeah, he is.
that's wrong. That's
When he's
wrong.
no, I said when he's fit and he's healthy. I said when he's fit and he's healthy, he is.
Brother, man.
No, he isn't.
You're not saying.
Yeah, he is.
No, he is not.
Yeah, he is.
Oh man.
Why is he?
Who's the best right back if
Because
Reece
he
James is
goes.
fit and
So
healthy?
he's
Can I ask you?
guys. Hear this one.
The
The best centre back
back.
because he
That's what I'm
goes and plays into
He's
midfield.
Yeah,
That doesn't even make sense.
No other centre half's capable of doing that. The best right back.
You don't
in
need to
England
do
is
that
Ben
because
White.
they're defending. They're defending, big man. They're defenders.
Yeah,
Why
and
are
John
you telling
Stones
us
can't
about
defend. You telling me John Stones can't defend, big man?
Not as good as them, man. Not as good as
Yeah,
them,
he
man.
can. Yeah, he
He's
can.
not better in the air than Van Dijk.
Bro.
He's not better on the ground than Saliba. He's
Stop it.
not.
John Stones is a cultured, versatile, technically gifted centre half. If his name
Yes,
was
he
John
is. Agreed.
Stones, you'd be going, "Oh, this is unbelievable." It's just his name is John Stones. You're like, nah, it's not happening, bro.
No.
What has Saliba done to earn this level of credit?
No.
John
Sorry.
Stones is a
We have
two-time Premier
eyes.
League winner, a treble winner, and he's been classed for all
Stop
of them.
telling us about your damn trouble,
Yeah,
please.
but-
We have
yeah,
eyes. We
individual.
have eyes. We watch football.
Bro,
We watch football.
nah.
we watch
clearly-
football.
You watch highlights. That's what you do.
No,
Yeah,
I
I'm
watch
gonna lie,
football.
you
I've
need
watched
to-
more football than
need to
you. I
start
can tell you that
watching-
for
You
free.
need to start
And
watching full 90s again before you
I've
start
watched,
saying that.
bro. I've watched full 90s. Yeah, I can tell you this for free. There's
Toby
no
explained his
universe.
highlights.
There's no universe of games I'm watching where you can tell me John Stones is better than Van Dijk.
He's-
The mere
he's-
statement
he's
is
healthy,
actually
Stones is better than
shambolic.
Van
It's
Dijk right now.
ludicrous.
Bro, the
It is
disrespect you put on
absolutely
John
ludicrous.
Stones is unbelievable. The disrespect on John Stones is unbelievable.
But there
Bro.
wouldn't be disrespect.
There wouldn't be disrespect if you didn't say what you just said.
Yeah,
I stand on what I said.
If you said what you just told me now, oh, he's a cultured centre back, he can go into midfield, and he was good. He was key for Man City winning their trebles. Calm. That makes him a top centre back. I agree with that. But you lose me when you're saying all this rubbish about, oh, he's the best centre back in England. He's absolutely not. He clearly
I
isn't.
believe
We
when
have
he's
eyes.
healthy, which he hasn't
We're
been.
watching this guy week in, week out.
There's also a lot of recency bias here. John Stones was injured for the large part of last season. I take that on board. He's not reliable. I take that on board. But remember when he was fit and he was healthy the season before, the treble running, Bayern Munich, you know what I'm saying? These games, Real Madrid, Champions League final. Was he
Can
not
we
man of
stop
the match
using the
in
injury,
Champions
though?
League final against
The injury.
Milan?
Can we stop using the injury? If he was fit, he still would have been better than Van Dijk. What are you saying here?
Yes, he is.
what are you saying here?
Hey,
Why?
hey, please, wrap this
Why
up.
is he better than Van Dijk? Please tell me why he's better than Van Dijk.
Hey,
Yeah, this is
hey,
mad.
I want to eat dinner. Yeah,
Yeah,
my watch
yeah,
is
yeah.
telling me I haven't
Yeah,
had my
man.
calorie intake today. Come, please,
Bro,
hurry up.
the day that a City player gets the deserved respect on here is the day pigs will fly to the moon. It's crazy.
No, you got some respect. Some of them. It's not all of them.
Come on, you. A lot of City players have had respect.
Bro,
It's ridiculous.
I gas any of them up. Be like,
Toby, Yo,
Ilkay Gundogan, man. Remember that one as well? I was shut down straight away on
Yeah,
that.
Gundogan,
bro.
I'm just going to shut up.
Gundogan is not a top
Yeah,
three.
he's a bigger legend at Man City than Yaya Toure.
He is not a top 3 all-time
fuck off,
midfielder.
man.
Yes, Gundogan is not a
But
top 3
Gundogan
all-time.
is a bigger legend at City than Toure. Yes, he is.
But what did you say about Gundogan? You said he was a top 3 or top 5 all-timer in the Prem. That's what you said.
No,
So
I
that's
said he
why he got
chats.
shut
To,
down.
I said he chats to Gerrard, Scholes, and Lampard.
He does not,
Yeah,
bro.
that was yeah.
Yo, boot this guy off the show right now. Boot this guy off the show right now, bro.
He's getting the crime scene there back.
I actually beg, please. This is
Bro,
he said that John Stones is better than Van Dijk. Now he's saying
how a team can win. What is it? 6 out of 7 trebles, centurions, 4 in a row, formidables, and none of our players can be talked about within the highest regard. It makes no sense to me.
it makes no
These
sense.
players are special footballers, and you're just going, no.
You won hella trophies with Sterling. Yet look at how you talk on Raheem Sterling. But yet in the same team, you want us to rate John Stones as better than these centre backs. Look at how you talk on Raheem Sterling, who was also part of the team that was winning the trophies.
Gundogan, man. There's levels to this game.
I'm not comparing the two. I'm simply challenging you in your statement. You've just spoken about a player who's been a key part of doing X, Y, Z. So I could say the same for Sterling, who was scoring you all these goals when you were winning your Prem titles, and yet look at how you speak on him. So don't use that as an excuse. It's a nonsense excuse. We're talking about football players relative to their positions. We're talking about football players relative to their positions and what they did when they were playing. There's no way on earth you can watch. I'm not even sure if you were alive when Scholes was in his prime, but
I was. Don't be ageist now.
Okay, fine. Okay, if you were alive, you can't watch these man and then say, "Oh, Gundogan was better than these man." It's nonsense.
No, I
bro.
said he can chat to these man. I said, of course he can.
He can't chat to these man. He can't chat to Gerrard.
Yes, he
can't.
can.
Why?
Yes, he can.
Why? Why can he chat to Gerrard?
He's a
Tell
top
me.
footballer. He's a
Yes,
top
that's not what I asked you. We know he's a top footballer. I said, why can he chat to Steven Gerrard? Why?
It's actually insane.
Tell me. So you said he's a top footballer. We know that. Why can he chat to Steven Gerrard? Tell me right now.
Steven Gerrard.
Right now, go on, tell me. Give me 3 reasons why he can chat to Gerrard.
What do you mean? Give me 3 reasons, man. Watch the game.
No, tell me. You just said he can chat to Gerrard.
Right,
tell me. Why can't he?
Okay. I'll give you 3 reasons.
You know, Tobes, he was a rotational guy at City for so much of his career. Gerrard.
The last 4 years, no, he wasn't.
Gerrard. 4 years, and you're going to speak to Gerrard for 10 years because of 4 years.
And those 4 years are 4 years Steven Gerrard would dream of having. Steven Gerrard had wet dreams thinking of those 4 years. Tell you that for a fact, man.
I feel sick for GRIZZ, honestly.
So Gerrard captained Liverpool to a Champions League. Gerrard captained Liverpool to a Champions League. Gundogan did that. Gerrard ever won a Premier League? No. Gundogan captained us to
What are you going to give us next? What are you going to give us next? Tell us. What's next? Go on. What's the next ludicrous statement? Edison's better than...
The next ludicrous statement. The next ludicrous statement.
Edison better than Michael.
Better than Petr Cech, Edison.
No, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Oh, you're not crazy.
Bro.
Let's keep it moving. Yash says, I'm a City fan, but I feel for SAEED. He's unable to watch his team play with a plan in year 3. I mean, it only took slot a pre-season to impact his style on Liverpool. And HUGH, do you think Bob plays against Chelsea?
It's hard to tell, man. He's done very well in pre-season, but you know, there's a lot of players to come back still. But he's done himself no harm. He's definitely done himself no harm.
Is Savio played yet? Is Savio in the squad?
Savio doesn't start. He was unveiled today. He doesn't start training, I think, until what day is today? Maybe tomorrow. Yeah.
Love Yash for the super chat. Smokey says Donny is more Yori and Lescott than Saliba. Hashtag injury prone. Going back to the Euro chat earlier. Vedant says, great meeting you guys in LA, top lads. Vedant, great meeting you as well. And if there's anyone else that linked up on game day at the SoFi for Backyard Chat LA, love for the love, man. It was mad.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, one of many we hope to do across the world, really. It's not just going to be America, but it's a good start for a Backyard Chat on Foreign South, that's for sure. So America turned up. Love for the love. Big Ben says, you're my guy, SAEED. But Ten Hag's 3rd season and he's already over 600 M's in on the project and counting. Slot made Liverpool play good, smart football. Love. 25 Eagles says, big up GRIZZ. He said before the window that not many players would be signed for ultra high fees. Sometimes listen to him, always.
Said that. So there's not going to be a huge summer like you lot are predicting. And it hasn't been.
Can we block that Edberg guy in the chat, by the way? I'm not having those kind of comments.
Yeah, block him. Anyone chatting shit to you, block him.
block
You should be able
these
to do it,
guys,
bro.
man.
You should be on mod.
You should be able
Dickhead,
to do it.
What, you're
You
not a
should
mod?
You should be able to do it.
No, I'm not a mod. I'm not a mod.
Okay,
Why
we'll
are you
sort it
not
out.
a
We'll
mod?
sort it out.
Oh, we'll get
Can
that
you get
sorted.
modded up, please, brother?
Yeah, please.
Block him.
Skull, if you're in the background, yeah, mod
I've already done it now.
Sort out later.
Dickhead accused me of that stuff, man.
I've already done it anyway.
Aslan says United should be the happiest side from last night because most of the players they played, they're trying to sell or their kids, and still Liverpool held 18 shots.
Yeah, great.
Crazy kid says,
That's
does
what I'm saying.
Savio skipping the US tour hurt his chances of starting game time, especially with Bob cooking this preseason? Surely Bob is over him right now.
He probably is. He probably is, to be fair to him, yeah. Bob's doing really well, man. He really is. But as I said, I'm not willing to put a lot of pressure on a young player who's done very well in preseason. We'll let him.
How old is he now? How old is Bob now?
He's just turned 21 like 2 weeks ago.
Why did he skip the USA tour?
He was at Copa America with Brazil.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Matías Nunes skipped it as well, is it?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, man. I don't know what he's doing.
Bro, he didn't play.
Don't start, Matisse. Don't
This
start.
is going to be my one
next
this
show.
season.
LFCS says, why does no one talk about how poor Spurs academy is? They produce fuck all. Clubs like Spurs need help from their academy due to low funds, etc.
Yes, it's a fair point. If you spoke about Spurs maybe over the last 10 years outside of Harry Kane, but we've actually got some really talented young players coming through the ranks and players that we bought. So I don't think that statement is applicable now. Bergvall, Mikey Moore, Archie Gray, this random fella from the K-League, Jamie Donnelly, Will Lancashire. Like Spurs have actually got a pretty nice pool of young players right now. So when it comes to our academy helping our team, yes, they're going to help our team this season. They're going to get some games this season. But again, these are kids. We're talking about fucking kids. We need gunmen. We need proper players to actually take us over the edge. Relying on kids. Sorry, not for me.
Who did you name that's actually from your academy?
Matisse Lowry in it. Stop it. Don't.
Jamie Donnelly and Mikey Moore. That's
Look at the time.
Two.
That's two.
Yeah.
Will Lancashire as well. That's free. But to be fair, we bought him when he was like 15 or 16 or something like that. That's free. Go on. Any more?
No, it's just you started naming other players you bought.
No, I named about six. And 3 of them are from our academy. So any more?
How many appearances those 3 made?
What?
They've not made. That's what
They haven't made appearances. What are you talking about? I said they're gonna make some of those players are gonna make some appearances this season. Not all. Some will be loaned out.
Let's not rattle anyone at this stage.
I'm
Sorry.
I
I realize the Messiah of the football. I swear to God, I'm watching your team with a microscopic lens this season. Trust me.
Come on.
Don't say Tobes. Oh, why are you doing this? Cool. I don't forget Grizz. So watch.
Don't forget, man.
Big up Mr. BP. He says, Turkish, you're right. Ethan needs that easy path like Foden had at City. Ideally, 100%. Jill says, Arsenal need to make a move for a forward player. Marino, good shout. To say his mentality is wild, were leaps and bounds better. Well, mentally, I guess. Big up Jill. Twinny says, it's not mentality with Arsenal. They took 49 of their last 54 points. What we're missing are match winners that steal us some points so we don't drop 11 of 12 against Villa and Fulham again. Big up. Blaze says, crazy how hypocritical Hugh can be. We're never talking about Stones and James. Gundo has a better chance of being top 5 Prem ever than Stones.
I agree with that.
That doesn't make sense, though.
Oh, both wild. Yeah, put it this
Yeah,
way.
I'm not gonna get into it.
I rate Gundogan higher, but never mind.
If Grizz compared Szoboszlai to Gundogan, no one would have called it a bad take. Hugh,
Yes, they would have.
Yeah, they would have. No,
Yes,
I'm
they
telling
would have.
you.
They would have flogged him.
far the
That
other
would
way.
be-
You've gone too
Oh,
far. The
Yeah,
other
don't
way.
That's
play with that.
too
Don't
much,
play with
man.
that
That's
one.
too
Don't
much,
play
Blade,
with
man.
that one. Don't
We
play with that
absolutely-
one.
Bro, we've
And why is my
flogged
involved,
him.
man?
Would have
Blaze,
We
man.
flogged him
absolutely
mercilessly for the
blasted
Gerrard
him
thing.
out of his boots.
You give an inch to take a mile, man. You give an inch to take a mile.
Man, we would have cooked him to. Oh my days.
Would have
We would've checked him up.
quick, man. That brother, he would have had to change hats. I'm telling you, you mad.
Bro. I even wish.
I feel like
I
the
wish
first
I
one
didn't hear
for
that
10
because I
minutes.
wish he would have said something like that this season, so we
thought
could just cook him.
Yo, he just made me feel like defending Gundogan for the next 10 minutes. Fucking hell.
Oh my days.
That would be nice.
That was the last super chat of the night, people. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Obviously, it's weird for us to be live on a Sunday, but it made sense. And we are back next Sunday to review the Community Shield game. But the next show is Thursday. So make sure you subscribe because there's going to be a piece of content coming out before Thursday from LA. I'm not going to say too much. Just make sure you subscribe, put the notification bell on. Hit the like button as always. We've passed 1,000. If we can get to 2,000, love for the love. Individual channels in the description below. Hugh, Saeed, Grizz, TOBS, Matisse, and mine. All there. Thuggeries is there as well. And on that note, we're out, people. We'll be back on Thursday. Show some love to the channel, to the socials, all of that. Season starting soon. Peace.